What's up, Browns fans? Welcome into the Cleveland Browns Report live show every Thursday. This is my favorite part of the week outside of Sunday, right? Producer Patrick Seaman nodding his head along. We're getting ready for the weekend, and what better way to do that than to crack open a cold one, hang out, talk with you guys, talk Brownies, and get ourselves set up for Thursday Night Football. It'll be disgusting tonight. It's the Bears and the Commanders, but this game is going to be fun. This one on screen right now, Browns-Patriots. Redemption from last year, 45-7 ass kicking, and ultimately a huge test for the Browns because if they cannot beat Bailey Zappi at home, I have zero faith in them putting together an upset win over the Bengals, the Bills, the Ravens, the Bucks, right? They have to take care of business at home. 1-2 in front of the dog pound, unacceptable. So what are your score predictions? Patriots coming to Cleveland. I also get a lot of love in the chat. What's up, guys? What's up, Scorpion? What's up, what's up, Ryan? William? Mr. Hancock from across the pond. Gregory was the first one in the chat today. All right, Ryan saying 31-13 Brownies. Jarrett, what's up, my man? Petey, give me your score prediction. Ray hitting me with a 28-21 Browns. Every single week comes, I would say Thursday's the past halfway point of when you just start talking yourself into your team winning no matter who they're playing, right? I mean, you could literally be a winless team, and come Thursday, you're like, one, any given Sunday. That's my favorite excuse for winning any game, no matter what the odds are. Yusuf, yo, what's going on? How you doing, bud? Jared thinks 27-17 Browns. Alec hit me with a 24-7 Browns. The last thing you want to do is face Bill Belichick. Brown Tiger right on cue. So, yeah, I lost my train of thought. The last thing you want to do is to face Bill Belichick when your team might be bleeding a little bit and he can smell blood in the water, right? You never want to face Bill when you've got a whole lot of issues going on because I feel like he can exploit that and find your weakness and magnify it to the moon here. Brown Tiger getting the show started with a super chat. Thoughts on Joe? What the hell, Joe? Not worried about it, but you know it's bad. I know exactly what you're talking about. Never in my life have I heard something so bad in my life. Brown Tiger, we see eye to eye. In fact, Patrick, if you go to socials, you'll find exactly what Brown Tiger is talking about right now. I was going to save this for later in the show. Yeah. Let's start right here. So Cameron Justice tweeting out the Joe Woods quote that Brown Tiger was just referring to. Just telling the truth, I don't worry about it. Can you? Because we are. I know it's a problem right now. We're not performing well, even though we've had good stretches. It just comes with the territory. If you worry about it, it affects your decision making. It's a little bit of just read the room, dude. I know that fans are not as knowledgeable as they like to think when it comes to X's and O's and different schemes on defense, man versus zone, but don't start it off with just telling the truth, I don't worry about it. What? How can you not worry about it? The Chargers were the worst running team in football, and they ran over Cleveland for nearly 250 yards. If your hair's not on fire in that moment, when will it be? We're in the middle of a cut, I feel like. Let's get back on track. Thank you, Brown Tiger. Thank you, Brown Tiger. Shout out your city. For that, by the way, go ahead, Patrick.
Your job is to worry about it.
Yeah.
That should keep you up at night. Mm-hmm. I would rather have my defensive coordinator come out and say, you know what, that really bothered me. I've been up all night instead of just, nah.
God, so dumb. All right, shout out your city. Let me know where you're watching from. James Miller is in Columbus. Yusuf's in Youngstown. Jarrett's in Decatur, Indiana, unfortunately. Shaylin's in Dallas. All right, Shaylin Spinda, my lovely girlfriend, wants to go to Crumble Cookies after work today. So Patrick thinks it's overrated. What's your favorite cookie? We can spin on this a little bit. Shout out your favorite cookie right now. Jamel's in Cleveland. Jarrett used to be in Columbus, Ohio. John's in North Canton. Dan Williams out in Raleigh. Jonathan's in Ohio. Yusuf going chocolate chip. Yep, that works too. By the way, PD, not Peter. Very different names. Jarrett, Macadamia Nut. Okay, Brown Tiger, we finally get to know a little bit of behind the mask of him. He's shouting out his city. We'll get it on screen. Ryan hit me the chocolate chip on Basic. David is in Minster. Scorpion's in Brooklyn, Ohio, baby. Landon's in Cambridge, Ohio. Michael Warnecki, holy smokes. James is having some peanut butter cookies. We haven't talked about football in like 3 minutes already. Okay, let's bring it. Alberto's on to Italy. Love to see it. Brown Tiger, shout out from Locust, North Carolina. I know my U.S. geography. I don't know where Locust is. Is that by the Appalachian Mountains, or is that more by the ocean or somewhere in the middle? North Carolina's a pretty underrated state. You got ocean, you got kind of non-ocean and mountains, and then you got mountains. I don't know what the word for the middle is, but it's got all three, I feel like, here. But Brown Tiger, thank you for the super chat. Michael Warnecki with a $20 super, baby. Jalen, Michael, you're king. I agree. And we have a super chat menu, and it's at the bottom. And for Michael sending in a $20 super chat, that means he's also, well, we'll look at that later. But happy hour menu right now. Here's what we got going. $2 beers, cheers, /shout out, Brown Tiger. $5. I owe you guys a dog bowl already. We'll save that for later. $20 is Fireball shots. Bartender Patrick, could you pour up some Fireball for us, please? Usually we say the Fireball for the end of the show, but we've got that coming now. Okay. $46. This is something I'm going to roll out to you guys come Sunday against the Patriots. It is a way to thank you even more for the super chats you guys donate here. It's our super chat MVP wall. So what that means is I've got this big poster, the dog pound, and then I've got some dog bone stickers. I'm going to write your name on it when you reach $46 in super chats in honor of the Browns being founded in 1946, or their debut in 1946. So a handful of you guys, Michael, Brown Tiger, have already surpassed that. You guys will just start on the MVP wall. Same for Mac, same for Ray, same for Ryan, Tyler. You guys, Michael, I'm not excluding you as well. It just, I don't know, our sheet just bumped your name down for some reason. But all of you guys are going to start on our super chat wall here of MVPs. Thank you all so much. But we got a cannonball to do. We got a cannonball for Michael Warnecki, a $20 super. What are we cheersing to? Let's cheers to, I think we got to cheers to fall football.
Fall football?
You know, it is mid-October now.
It is finally getting a little.
You know what you're going to start? This is the first, I think this will be the first Sunday where everyone's got a jacket on at the game.
Yeah.
You know, early October, you could sneak by.
Especially
Not anymore.
Cleveland.
Yeah, of course, right. Exactly. All right, cheers.
Shout out to Michael.
Cannonball coming. We got super from Jarrett. We can't get the show off the road if we wanted to here. So, we're going to get to a lot today, though. Got some trade talk, because it is trade season, right? That's the beauty of the NFL in season. That trade deadline provides some fireworks. But Jarrett Roush, thoughts on Deion Jones? I'm pretty excited, although I know it won't fix everything on the defensive side. Give me that dog bowl, Petey. Jarrett, for you, we will answer the call. I'm going to give like a double dog bowl for you and Brown Tiger's $5 super. So, Deion Jones is going to come in here and not be duct tape that fixes everything instantly, right? I don't think he has that capability as a pretty good coverage linebacker. He's coming off an injury, and he didn't play too hot last year, right? But what he can do is he can help, one, Jacob Phillips just hasn't looked the part as a green dot linebacker. So he can help instill some stability on this defense that has been lacking since Anthony Walker left. Is he going to come in and fix it all? No, because right now I think the biggest need is a 300-pound monster to sit right on top of the center and just swallow up the A and the B gap. Cheers, guys.
Another one coming in from Brown Tiger. Petey, we're not going to be able to get to the cuts today, man.
This is my favorite day of the week.
You guys are showing out so
You guys are showing out. What they don't even know is that Dolphins today probably has like 50 cents in super chats. They declared war on us last week. They may have won the battle. They're not going to win the war. Brown Tiger, we need a win in the worst way next 3 games. What is I know there's a character limit for like a $2 super, so I'm guessing he's battling that. I think what I would look at for the next couple days games for the Browns, 1-point victories are fine, right? You got to find a way to win, right? This is not a team that needs to win and flex. Find a way to win. Ugly, I don't care. Just find a way to win. Ryan, what's up, dude? Joe Woods made a highlight reel of all defensive missed tackles and showed it to the players. Yes, okay, so that is true, and Greg Newsome talked to the media today, and they did a tackle-centric drill at practice, which I have to salute him for it, honestly, because in the NFL, it's mostly just walkthroughs, very little practicing that gets done. So when an NFL team in the middle of the week goes, we're going to hit someone, that's pretty different. That's not the usual practice you see here. Patrick, thoughts?
Yeah, so that's actually funny. My high school coach, we had an abysmal tackling game. He did the same exact thing, and honestly, it works.
Yeah.
Because, like, when you really see yourself, obviously they're NFL players. They see themselves on film all the time. But when you see yourself missing just blatant tackles, especially tackling in football, I think I kind of like that, though. Even though Joe Woods, I know, is on the hot seat right now with a lot of you guys, but
I do appreciate that. I will say, like, we're going to talk about Joe Woods' replacements, by the way. I'm looking for what Isaac Rochelle said because I just saw that in the chat. Someone can fill me in because maybe I missed it. Believe it or not, I am not perfect. Okay, you guys are really taking it to Joe Woods today. Yeah, someone let me know what Isaac Rochelle said because I'm not seeing that somewhere, so maybe I missed it. I don't know, Jim. All right. Joe Woods made okay, here's what Jarrett's Super Chat is coming up next. How about a tackle Joe Woods drill? All right, this is what I wanted to say, though, because we're going to do Joe Woods replacements sort of in the middle of today's show. Cheers, by the way. I think one question you always have to ask yourself, and we don't really have a good answer to it, is if you want to fire someone, fine. You better have someone who's going to do a better job, though. And if Stefanski and Barry don't believe that there is someone who can do a better job, then you don't make the fire, right? It's that rule applies more so for college football, where if you got a coach who's winning 8 or 9 games and you want him to be a 10-win program, fine. If you want to fire him, like, who are you going to get that's better? For NFL, it's not the quite same because there is a level of professionalism of we're paying you to do a job. You're not doing it well enough. This is the NFL. Get out of the way or someone else can do it. So we're going to run through some Joe Woods replacements. There are some names out there I'd love to see happen. Now, first thing first, we will start today's show off getting into some trade buzz here. So give me your best trade ideas. Let me know what you're thinking here, whether it is someone leaving Cleveland, someone coming to Cleveland. Let me know what your best trade ideas are down in the chat right now as we get closer into this trade segment, which, by the way, you can always join our award-winning mailbags by using hashtag Browns or super chatting like so many of you have so far today. I think we just saw one fly in from the Brown Tiger. So get those questions in, hashtag Browns or super chat. That's a great way to guarantee a spot on screen here. Brown Tiger, let's see what he said here. Just for the Woods interview, he should be fired. It was not a good interview. I agree. I also think, one, if you were to take quotes from an interview and you read it how it reads on a transcript, it's probably not the tone and inflection that they actually wanted to articulate in the interview. But yes, I am not going to argue that Joe Woods interview, I mean, credit to him for at least going up in front of the media when he knows he's sort of the boogeyman right now in Cleveland. But it was yikes all over for sure here. Okay, let's get what we got coming up on today's show. Hashtag Browns or Super Chat. What's up?
We're $8 away from a company, or not a company shot, a me and Petey shot. We'll go today $50 since we're already at 42. You guys are already killing it.
Yep.
Petey and I are taking shots at 50. We'll take shots at 75. And then we'll take 2 shots each at 100. Just putting that out there before we get to the cuts.
Yep. Oh, we got 3. Okay, so I lost train of thought for a second. All right, here's what we got coming up on today's show. We got 5 trade ideas for the Cleveland Browns, right, just surrounding the Brownies. Okay, Jarrett, what's up? Joe Woods replacements coming up after that, plus a live Q&A. So get those questions ready using hashtag Browns, or you can super chat like so many friendly wallets so far today. Jarrett striking again from deep. Let's go, Patrick and Petey. $10. What do we say? Is that Fireball shots?
That is over 50.
Yes. Okay. Oh, right. That's where we hit the
Over
fire.
50.
Right. You hit the 50. You get the Fireball metric right there. So, Cannonball's coming here from Jarrett. Jarrett, thank you so much for super chatting. You indeed will be on our super chat dog pound MVP list here. We'll probably have to condense that. That's a little bit wordy. We're gonna get the nuances of that down. But come Sunday for our watch party, stay for a little, stay for a long time, whatever you fancy, and you will see yourself. Oh! Mac Breedalis from deep! Oh, baby! Let's go! This is going to be a fun Thursday. Wow! First, a cheers to Jarrett. Cannonball!
Jarrett. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Woo!
All right.
Mac from downtown!
Holy cow.
We need to shut out a team where we are projected as underdogs to make up for those piss-poor losses, like beating the Bucks, Bills, or Ravens, allowing them no TDs. Mac, bowing down to you. I couldn't agree more that the Browns need a statement win at some point once they get their legs underneath them. I think, you could beat the Patriots by 1 this week. I'm okay with that. But once they start moving, they got to get some statement win that puts them on the map, okay? And if that comes against one of your rivals later on, I don't need it to be this week against the Patriots. I need it to come after they get a win. And it's like, all right, you got the win part down. Now let's win in style. Now let's beat the shit out of the Bucks, the Bills, or the Ravens. Thank you so much, Mac. Wow. And we got another. Okay. Mac,
some shots.
Mac, let me know if you'd rather see some shots go down or another dog bowl. It is pick of the litter for you, buddy. We got a super chat coming in from Ray as well. Watch that fireball down with a dog bowl. Go Browns. Let's go Browns. I think that means we're doing fireball shots for Mac. For Mac, we do 2.
Shots.
Yeah, shot. Mac saying shots. Everybody. Okay, we got. Oh! What is going on? Here's what I'm going to do. For all of these, I'm going to do a dirty dog bowl. I think that's a good combination.
I'll just rip shots over here.
Yeah. This is literally why Thursday is my favorite day of the week.
I love Thursday.
Yes, okay. Ray, thank you for the super chat. Brown Tiger clocking in here. If we get blanked by the Patriots, a coach like Woods needs to go. Our team is too good to be playing like this. I couldn't agree more that if Bailey Zappi comes into Cleveland and just drops his nuts on Myles Garrett in this Browns defense, that is the last straw. That has to be where Kevin Stefanski goes, you're not getting it done against Bailey freaking Zappi. We need to make a change here. Paul getting Jarrett with a big one! Oh! What is going on?
All right.
Whoa! First, a dirty dog bowl. Fireball into the beer. Whoa! Let's go, Browns, baby.
Oh, my God.
Cannonball coming.
Hey, we'll take shots. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Soul Train. Browns need to take advantage of any tanking team. Exactly. Cheers to you guys.
The dirty dog bowls. That's the $50 for today. That's going to be the cannonball right there for sure. Soul Train, always appreciate you joining the show. Jarrett, top that, Mac.
Oh
what are your guys' opinions on the Watson return? And my pick is the dog bowl. Another dog bowl.
Let's go.
Another dog bowl. Okay.
What are your guys' opinions on Watson return? Yeah, I'll give my non-bias.
Yeah, while you give your non-bias, let me lap this up like my doggy cruise.
So my non-bias take on the Watson return. Hey, if the Browns could somehow be in wild card, like be in the race as Watson comes back, and then the Browns are maybe that 6th, 7th wild card team, they're going to be a dangerous wild card team. And I promise you, if you're, let's say, a Bills, Chiefs, Ravens fan, and you got the Browns coming in wild card weekend with Deshaun Watson at the helm, it's going to be a little scary.
Okay. I need to kind of go. Josh, we're not getting this boat off. We're not getting this plane off the ground.
2 more.
Okay.
Shout out to you, Jarrett, though. I owe you a shot.
Yes. Okay. So to answer Jarrett's question now, while Patrick does his obligatory drinking here,
Let's go.
I'm starting to slur my words, and we haven't even started the show. Okay. So thoughts on Watson returning. If the Browns are 6-5, the Browns make the playoffs. I think that is capable for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
If he takes over, thank you, McCullough. If he takes over, 1 second, get a cold one. I'm sorry. That's okay. I get it. If Watson takes over a 6-5 team, the Browns, at one point, 10 wins didn't feel like enough in the AFC. Yeah. This year it does.
It does.
Right? You're not getting 3 AFC West teams.
No.
You're not getting the Broncos, Chargers, Raiders. You're getting 2.
Most likely
Chargers and Chiefs. Broncos and Raiders aren't making the playoffs. And then you go to the AFC North. The Steelers aren't. I think you're getting 2 teams. Yeah. I think you're getting the winner and then Browns, Bengals, Ravens. Right? Whichever one doesn't win.
Maybe get 3 out of them.
You maybe get 3. AFC East, you're getting Patriots, and you're probably getting Dolphins or maybe even the Jets if they get frisky down the stretch here.
There's 3 and 2.
Thank you, buddy. Mountains are blue. No free ads. And then in the AFC South, you're getting 1 team.
Yes.
So, you lost a team that was a spot that was allocated to the West has now been taken away, and it's up for grabs. And 10 wins, I think, does it here. All right, Young Sky, what's up, man? Schwartz for Terrence Marshall, said by my friend. We're going to actually talk about that because Terrence Marshall is a name we have in today's show. So stay tuned for that. I just saw the Terrence Marshall part. If you want to trade Anthony Schwartz for Terrence Marshall, it's kind of like going, here's my vomit for your shit, right? Like, I don't really know how much you're really improving right there for either side here. But I do appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much.
So, Ryan, originally about 5 minutes ago, I said me and Peter are taking shots at 50, 75 at 100. But we're at 172 right now.
Yeah.
So
Paul with another.
We're
Let's
at
go, Paul.
174. So we'll do shots again at 200, but honestly, these keep coming in.
Yeah, shots at 200. Okay, so super chat from Josh Miller. PD, you're not making it to the cookie store. Shay, if you're still watching,
sorry, Shay,
you're gonna have to take it up with Josh because I'm not making it to the cookie store. Cheers, Josh. All right, let's go to Soul Train. JB being bad in preseason gives me hope for Watson. I don't really know what the preseason connection is for Jacoby Brissett. I'm trying to think.
Watson was bad in preseason.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, I was like, what am I missing out on here? Yeah, I mean, that's preseason, right? I think if you really want to take anything from preseason, it's the inverse. If you're good in preseason, you suck in the regular season. Like, for example, did you know that the 0-16 Cleveland Browns, what their preseason record was, Patrick? It was 4-0.
No
you want to know the 0-16 Detroit Lions preseason record was?
4-0.
It's 4-0. So there is something, too. By the way, the Rams didn't win 1 preseason game last year.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be true for players, too. We're like, yeah, you're going all out in the preseason when defenses are running literally Madden defenses, where it's like the coach picks one of those 3 plays. They are never going to throw you any kind of exotic look where, like, the safety takes over for the corner and the corner comes down and covers the flat. Those types of schemes you never see in the preseason. So it's really hard to actually have a concrete takeaway from preseason. Paul Brooks, super chatting $2 on the show. Cheers, Paul. Thank you so much for donating. Tyler Becker. Holy smokes.
You guys just don't stop today.
We're $20 away from
more
shots. So that's where we stand right now. Tyler Becker, a super chatter here, longtime MVP. For as well as Jacoby played, I'm ready for this Deshaun Watson era to start. With how trash the defense is, we need the offense to take it up a notch. The Browns' offense averages 26 points per game. 26 points a game should have you winning 3 out of the first 5 games. It's unfortunate that they just missed on a 1, whether it was the Jets or the Chargers. Jared with another one. Let's go. So, Tyler, though, I agree that Watson was brought in to make this offense from 25, 26, even if it kind of slows down a little bit, comes down to 24. Watson makes it a 28-point game, and 4 points can mean a lot in the NFL. I concur. Great movie. Can't wait to see Deshaun Watson with this offense. All right, Jarrett, what's up? You're next here. I also owe some dog bowl, so let me combine these last 2 fivers. All right, can you read this question, please?
Yeah, Jarrett, you're a freaking MVP, man. Shout out to you. Really appreciate it. Like, now, because now Petey and I are just having fun right
Yeah,
now.
I'm drinking out of a damn dog bowl.
So Jared says, damn, I'm glad I got paid today. I agree with both of y'all on the Watson situation. Other than Woods coaching, what changes do you want to see on D?
Good question. I think it has to be a little bit of personnel. The Browns, at some point, you can blame the coordinator all you want. You can blame the coach. If the defensive line just gets pushed off the football and the offensive lineman can then go to the second level time after time, I don't know what coach you could bring in that could dramatically change that. So,
Yeah.
Patrick, you can give your kind of football thoughts while I just down this dog bowl. Appreciate you guys.
Honestly, I kind of agree, but with what Petey was saying, maybe this is kind of a meathead response by me, but I feel like if once Clowney and Garrett get going and your corners only need to hang on for 4 seconds in comparison to 5, I think that's huge right now.
I just saw Ohio Biker say, watching from hospital, bring me a dog bowl. Ohio Biker, I hope you're doing okay, buddy. But you know what? Dog bowls don't have to be for just... Yep.
Shout out to you guys. And now we're only $14 away from more shots from me and Petey. And also listen to Shailene.
I
like the video.
Shaylin. She's going to get mad at you for that now.
Whoa. I'm sorry, Shay.
Ohio Biker, F Cancer, man. I like Killer's shot here. I'm running a 5-2, then punch up the linebackers. If you can't get it done with 2 defensive tackles, you could try 3.
Yeah.
Right? You have Dion Jones. He can help more in coverage then. I don't think it's the worst idea. I'll say this is the worst idea. Doing nothing. Something has to change, right? Yeah. Meaning, you cannot continue the same personnel under the same play calls and expect a different result. Yeah. Something has to change. Personnel needs to be better. Andrew Berry banked on getting by with so-so defensive tackles. That's biting him in the ass. And I had fears of that, but I did see where he was coming from of 2 standpoints. We dare you to run the football between Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney. Okay. And we know you're going to pass more in 2022 than ever before. So we're not too worried about being beat over the ground game for an extra 15 or 20 yards. What I didn't anticipate was that 15 or 20 yards would actually be an extra 80 yards. Yeah. That's when the number's too high, right? If the Browns gave up, I don't remember, say, 105 yards on the ground last year, and this year they're okay with 115, you can live with that. You can't live with nearly 450 yards in 2 weeks. That's a number that's too big for you right there.
You know, get the F cancers.
Yeah, F cancer indeed. This
Spam
one's
that.
F cancer.
Spam that F cancer.
F cancer. All right, Brown Tiger, what's up, man? What about linebacker UDFA James Skolaski? Okay, so if we're gonna talk about UDFA, so I would get some D'Anthony Bell love in there. That's a deep Browns. We missed Brown Tiger Super? I don't think so.
I think this is it.
Okay, we got coming here. Oh, this is it right here. Okay, I see. Sorry. I lost my train of thought. I go back to what I said before. Changes have to be made. So if you want to bring in different personnel, you're not going to twist my arm here. All right, here's what we got coming up. We're about 20 or so minutes behind schedule, and I don't give a damn. Yeah, it's Tennessee, Alabama week. I don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. 5 trade ideas for Cleveland, Joe Woods replacements, live Q&A. If you super chatted any kind of question already, don't worry. That'll be banked in, and that will go into our Q&A session at the end of the show. So don't fear that you missed out by super chatting too early. Shaylin Spinda, like this video. She raises an excellent point right there. Please do hit that thumbs up icon before you get any further in today's show. 130 people liking, 27 likes. Come on, do I have to do the Wolf of Wall Street quote? Those are rookie numbers. Pump those numbers up, baby. Pump those numbers up here. Okay, Max with a fun trade idea. We're gonna get some trades with some trade content to start today's show. I think we're ready to jump in. Okay. Yes, you are. Thank you, Shay. Ohio Biker, F Cancer. We ready to rock and roll? Okay. Okay, here we go. I need to compose myself for a second. You guys get to see behind the scenes stuff here because I'm $186 worth of drinking beer and liquor into me already. Yeah, I can't wait to walk home. It's a nice day, I think. Oh, I think it's a little chilly. We'll find out. All right, here we go. Let's start, without any drinking interruptions for the time being, a live Cleveland Browns report. We're going to jump into some trade rumors, some trade targets for the Browns in just a moment. But first, if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so because we have been growing like crazy here at the channel. YouTube lets me know how many subscribers we get in the last 28 days. We're over 1,500. So join nearly 1,500 strong in just the last month and help us reach 14,000 subscribers before Week 6 kicks off. What's going on, everyone? Welcome into the Cleveland Browns Report by Chat Sports. Matthew Peterson here with some trades because it is trade season, baby. NFL trade deadline is creeping up on us. It is November 1st. And so we're going to run through some trade targets / trade rumors surrounding your Cleveland Browns. Now, before we look at any names, I think it's important to get some of the facts down and kind of set the scene for us here. If a trade's going to happen, it's going to go through this man, Andrew Berry. And I think it's important to see what Andrew Berry has done as a general manager. Michael, I see you. Berry has been an aggressive GM. He has made 14 trades by my calculations, and we know he's been aggressive, right? He went out and got Deshaun Watson. He has been no stranger to making trades, all right? The Browns have 8 picks. We'll look at those in just a second. So they do have some pieces to move around if they do feel like they need to make an adjustment this year. The needs, they are what they always have been. Defensive line, specifically defensive tackle, and wide receiver, in my opinion. Here are those picks for the Cleveland Browns in 2023. Remember, the Dion Jones trade was 2024 assets, so that does not impact what the Browns have to work with this year. No first rounder, that belongs to the Texans. They have a second. They have a comp pick coming over from the NFL after Kwesi Adofo-Mensah was hired by the Vikings GM, a fourth, a Vikings fourth from a trade last year, the Rams for the Troy Hill trade, yada, yada, yada. All right, with that all being said, let's get into the meat right this, right? Trade targets, starting with Robert Quinn. I didn't expect the Browns to ever really be a player to be going after Robert Quinn because they have Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney. So why would they go out and get a player who had 18.5 sacks last year when they're pretty good at that spot? Well, here's why. Bleacher Report picked the Browns as a trade destination. Now, we know that the Bears have been shopping Quinn for quite some time, really since the new regime with Ryan Poles came into town. But they have not gotten the offer they have liked, and they've opted to hold on to him and look to probably pull off a midseason trade. Now, we're filming this after or during our live show every Thursday. Bears play Thursday night against the Commanders, so just hopefully Quinn doesn't tear his ACL tonight. But 6 tackles, 1 sack, and 5 pressures. Now, let's look and see what Bleacher Report said about the Browns, saying, teams haven't been particularly pass-heavy against Chicago this season, which has limited Quinn's opportunities. The Bears have had the second fewest passes thrown against them, 143, in the NFL this season. Quinn's $12.8 million base salary isn't outlandish, and there's a real chance that he could regain his 2021 form with a different squad. The Cleveland Browns should consider adding Quinn to their rotation, especially since they're one of the few teams that could afford to add him outright. So let's remember what Christopher from Bleacher Report just said. Last year with the Bears, Robert Quinn casually putting up an empty 18.5 sack season. I feel like that got lost on because the Bears were so trash, but he had a phenomenal year. Now, what I did find interesting was what Bleacher Report said about adding Quinn to the rotation. You don't trade for a guy like Robert Quinn to be in the rotation. That's a starting defensive end. So I think if they actually did pull off a trade like this, we'd see a lot more looks of Garrett, Clowney, and Quinn all on the field at the same time. Now, Garrett's a defensive end, and Robert Quinn really isn't all that much help against the run. Clowney is the best run stopper of those 3. So I could see them kind of bouncing him on the inside with Taven Bryan and rolling that way. I think that would be your best possible lineup on maybe obvious passing situations, 3rd and long, right? Where you want to get your 3 best down linemen on the field, so you move Clowney on the inside. Okay, so with that all in mind, I want you guys to take control of the show right now by letting me know what you would do about this trade. Would you do it? I've got the Bears getting a 3rd rounder. Keep in mind that means the Browns, who do not have a first, will just have a second. for days 1 and day 2 in exchange for Robert Quinn. A third rounder might not cut it. It might take a third and an additional day 3 pick, but let's just keep it simple right now. Y for yes or N for no. Would you do this trade for Robert Quinn? All right, let's move on to our next trade target. In fact, we can bundle these two. It's Denzel Mims and it's Terrace Marshall Jr. from the Carolina Panthers. 2 second-round picks that have not worked out for their respective teams here. When you look at their career stats, it's pretty empty. One, Denzel Mims has played 0 snaps this year. He has been a healthy scratch all year long for the Jets. Meanwhile, for Carolina, there's 2 big reasons why Marshall may be on the move. One, he hasn't really looked like a second-round pick. Just 21 receptions in a season and change at 168 yards. 2, the Panthers firing Matt Rule gives off a vibe of it is yard sale time. Just have your pick of the litter. Gut us clean here. We're already short draft capital after the Darnold and now the Baker trade. They also traded for C.J. Henderson and Stephon Gilmore. We got to get some assets back. So I could see one of these 2 guys being on the move, whether it's to Cleveland or somewhere else. It feels like it'd be pretty silly for either of these teams to hold on to players that are just rotting away at their bench here. So why the Browns? Here's why. And I've talked about this before on the show. And if you're a routine watcher, you've seen this graphic before. God forbid something happens to Cooper or DPJ. I have no faith in David Bell or Anthony Schwartz stepping up to be wide receiver 2. Bell has had some good moments, right? He had 2 big grabs against the Falcons, for example. Schwartz has just been off on an island, right? Since week 1, he's hardly gotten any sort of look or target whatsoever. So for that reason, if the Browns are so dependent on Amari Cooper and Donovan Peoples-Jones, to me, that tells me that they are 1 injury away from being in deep doo-doo. And it's not like Denzel Mims or Marshall could come in here and fill their void, but at least that could bring in some more competition and let it rise to the top and just get more depth at a spot where you are already very thin at. Now, before we look at some other trade targets on today's show, I got to tell you guys about BetUS. That is today's proud sponsor, and they have an awesome deal for the dog pound. When you go to chatsports.com/bet and you use promo code Browns125, they're going to give you a 125% deposit bonus. What does that mean in English necessarily? Let's say you deposit $100. They're going to give you an additional $125 on top of it. You can make all of your bets every Sunday at chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Browns125. All right, next trade target / rumor is Daron Payne. This one is more of a rumor, I would say, than necessarily. I know it's a combination. It's a fair combination of a target / rumor. Now, Payne is on the last year of his contract, former first-round pick out of Alabama, go Vols, and the Commanders have been in, or maybe in fire sale mode. They're 1-4. They are played Thursday night against the Bears. We're recording this before then. If they lose, which I think they will, they'll be 1-5, and they might start looking to unload pieces and start planning ahead a little bit. Meanwhile, the Browns, they need an actual defensive tackle like a fish needs water. It's that bad up front for Cleveland. Here's where I stand on Payne. This has been a very popular name in Brown circles. I would love it for the right price because I don't think Andrew Berry is all that interested in giving up, I wouldn't say a king's ransom because that's not the player level that Payne is, but giving up a good chunk for a player like Daron Payne who's on the last year of his contract and they might only have 10-ish games of control over here. Now, Payne this year so far, 18 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks. Pro Football Focus has him ranked 63rd out of 122. He would be number 1 on the Browns by about 30 spots, about 20 spots above Taven Bryan. He would be an immediate improvement. The only question I have is, one, how big of an improvement would he be for Barry to maybe, I wouldn't say swallow his pride, but kind of raise the white flag and go, I got the defensive tackle position wrong. I got to go up and give up a bit of an arm, maybe not a leg, to get someone like Payne. And also, do the Browns have plans of extending him after trading for him? Because if not, if you're just going to play him for the next 10 games, I don't think he's worth a 3rd or 4th round pick. I think the Browns would rather hold on to that here. Now, we've looked at wide receivers, and we have looked at defensive tackles so far. What do you think is the bigger need for this team? Is it wide receivers or defensive tackles? Now, before we show you this last name, we're going to kind of tease you guys into it here. I want you to get your votes in down below in the comments section. I broke my rules. We're going free agency. I had to get him in here. It's Ndamukong Suh, baby. You don't have to trade for him. You don't have to give anything up. Like so many of you guys have said, why trade picks away for a defensive tackle when you can just sign Ndamukong Suh, likely to the vet minimum? Suh has had interest in the Browns. It's not been mutual, but the Browns did sign a defensive tackle. I'm trying to come down to earth a little bit right now because I think in signing Ndamukong Suh, at least seeing if he's in shape, is worth the day. Bring him in for a workout. See where he's at. If he's been looking like Globo Gym Mike What's-His-Face from the end of Dodgeball, Mike White, is that his name? Yeah. Then you don't have to do it. But maybe take a look. Now, the Browns did make a move earlier this week, and I probably didn't give enough coverage like I should have. They brought in defensive tackle Tyler Davison. Had some years with the Saints and then with the Falcons, 7 years altogether. He accumulated 216 tackles, 18 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles. I like that they're making some sort of move here because staying still with the same 4 defensive tackles was not going to cut it. I don't think Tyler Davison is going to come in here like John Fox and save the day. I don't think he's that caliber of a player. I think he can just provide you another guy to look at and go, we have a new player to our rotation. He's on the practice squad for now. I bet he gets promoted to the active roster somewhat soon. May not be this Sunday, but it will be, I'm guessing, by at least next Sunday because a change has to be made right now. Now, here's where I stand. Andrew Berry. I like him as a GM. Is he flawed? Yes. There's no GM that nails every single draft pick, that nails every single free agent signing, that nails every trade. That doesn't exist. Just because he makes bad moves doesn't mean he's a bad GM. Bill Belichick has horrible draft picks, for example, right? Now, him skimping out defensive tackle this offseason, waiting until round 4 to get one, not really doing anything in free agency outside of signing Taven Bryan, that might be this team's downfall. Because so much stress and such an Achilles heel has been magnified at this defensive tackle position that teams are just abusing it and having their way with third stringers from the Falcons to the worst run game in the Chargers. That might be this team, and I mean like 2022 Cleveland Browns downfall if they fall too far behind because of this run defense that they don't allow Deshaun Watson to be that hero and come in and take over a 6-5 or even a 5-6 team and lead them to the playoffs. This isn't a Super Bowl or bust season, but clearly a regression from the 2 Maliks last year, which were, I would say as a duo, probably like 20th to 23rd in the NFL. Now the Browns probably have the 32nd best duo between Elliott and Bryant. Maybe 31st. I don't know who's worse than them. There's probably another word. The Lions suck. So that would probably be the worst one right there. So Spam93, last call of the show here. If you want to see Ndamukong Suh in brown and orange. We got some supers flying in, I believe, here. We'll attend to those. Bitter Truth Show. You just need guys who can fill their gaps in stopping the run. The chat's going too fast. Those guys are solid but rotational, which matches our defensive philosophy. I agree that the Browns are not going to find someone, even Ndamukong Suh, who's going to come in and play every single down on defense and be even 50% of Aaron Donald. You're not going to find that superhero of a defensive tackle. You got to Band-Aid yourself through the rest of this season. And this current rotation is not going to cut it here. But we had Michael drop down a super chat. I think this is Michael's first super chat in Browns Report history. Thank you so much. It's a new name, Michael Risbeck. How do you think the dynamic will work in terms of the defensive coordinator replacement idea of Kevin Stefanski and Mike Zimmer? Do you think they could handle the dynamic of head coach and coordinator? Michael, I don't know if you hopped into my Google Doc today and looked at my script, but we're going to talk about literally exactly this because it might be the the master now becomes what's like the expression, the grasshopper takes over, the prodigy, whatever it is, whatever that stupid cliche is, where Stefanski was underneath Mike Zimmer for 6 years, and he could be his boss, which happens in the NFL. It's weird. But I would love for it to happen. Now, we do owe Michael some shots here. $20. That's a round of fireball shots for the entire cast and crew. Oh, and we got over 200. Student becomes the master. Oh, my gosh. Thank you. I feel pretty dumb. I'm not going to lie.
Missed it earlier.
We're pretty liquored up right now. Yeah. I'm not going to lie to you guys here. Okay. So we got some shots coming right now. Michael, thank you so much for the super chat. Hope you're still watching. All right, Brandon. Yeah. I'll get you my shot glass here. Ohio Biker, cheers. Cheers to you guys. We got some 93s coming in from Michael, from Darko, from Eric, from Razorback. Okay. We got a cheers. What are we cheersing to?
I got a good one.
Okay, yeah.
Fuck cancer.
Yeah, that's a great one. To Ohio Biker. Cheers, guys. Cannonball coming.
Cheers, Michael.
Cheers, Michael. Ohio Biker, F cancer. Okay. Are we about ready? Yeah, I think we can just hop right into Brandon, unfortunately, you can't spam the chat. So if you continue, we're going to have the moderators here at Chat Sports put you in a timeout. So no spam in the chat unless you're spamming 93 for Ndamukong and Suh. You can spam players' numbers, but that's about it. All right, so we're going to get into some Joe Woods replacement talk here. I asked this on Wednesday's show at the end of it. Would you guys want to see some replacements? I got a resounding number of yeses. So I figured, if we're all thinking it, you might as well have that conversation. Like, I'm not your parent. We're not going to sit down to the birds and the bees, but we do need to make some sort of acknowledgement that a change could be made. Darko Petrovic, somebody's going to be slurring his speech by the end of the show. Probably. We're at $206 in super chats right now. It's happy hours on Thursday. What do you want to do for the next? Here's what I'll say. If we get to 250, another Dirty Dog Bowl. Okay? If we get to 230, $25 more dollars, another round of office shots. That's 225. There you go. Man of the people. Man of the people right there. So 225 is another round of shots for Patrick and I. 250, we'll do a Dirty Dog Bowl. We've had some big ballers. Jarrett, Mac, Brown Tiger, Josh. We had some big ballers.
Go Browns, Darko.
Go Browns, baby. All right, are we ready to jump into some Joe Woods replacements? All right. Maybe the reason why you clicked on to today's show. We're going to talk about 5 possible replacements for the beloved Joseph Woods. Today's Cleveland Browns report is sponsored by Mint Mobile. You are tired for overpaying for your cell phone plan, and you also want to hop on the nation's largest 5G network? Well, make the change right now by going to mintmobile.com/chatsports. Now, I got that link for you in the comments and the description of today's show. So make sure you are stepping in and making sure that you are not overpaying for your current cell phone plan by going to mintmobile.com/chatsports. So, the topic of today's show, Joe Woods replacements. Now, this is premature. I will own that right now. This is not Joe Woods replacements because he just got fired. I'm not breaking that news to you. This is if Joe Woods were to be fired or to be relieved of his duties. Never talk about another man's job. But I think there's a decent-sized contingent of Browns fans that A, want to see Woods go. B, maybe want to see what else is out there, right? What would be plan B if something were to happen to Joe Woods and Stefanski were to make a change after the bye or something like that? So before we look at my 5 candidates to replace Joe Woods, I want to show this. Wow, Michael. Okay, we got to keep it composed here. I want to show this tweet from Cameron Justice. So this is being recorded during our live show on Thursday. We just had a big super chat roll in. That's why I'm like taken away right now. But back on track here. Joe Woods spoke to the media on Thursday. And it went It went. You can decide for yourself if it went good or great or poorly. I don't think it went all that well. I do credit him for at least going in front of the media, but I didn't like this response here. Joe Woods on the defensive struggle. Just telling the truth, I don't worry about it. Can you? Because we are. It would be nice if you worried about it as much as we lose sleep over it here, right? I know it's a problem. I know it's a problem right now. We're not performing well, even though we've had good stretches. It just comes with the territory. If you worry about it, it affects your decision making. He would go on to say, I promise everybody we're trying to do everything that we can to win. Right now, it's not going well in terms of the consistency in certain stretches. We're doing things, but I don't worry about it. You can't. You got to worry about it. That's your job. When you're a coordinator, you only have to focus on 11 guys. And when you're a coach, like a position coach, that number goes down to 5, 4, or 3 guys. When you are just in charge of 11, that is your baby. And you have to worry about it when things aren't going well. And giving up 238 rushing yards to the Chargers last week, who were dead last in the NFL, that should have your hair on fire. That should be sending off red alarm bells. That has to get you up and moving. Not, I don't worry about it. So with that, we're going to check out 5 Joe Woods replacements. If a midseason change were to happen, I think the first thing you look is internal. And that would be linebacker coach Jason Tarver. So a coach, who's been with the Browns since Stefanski came in 2020, but he's got a long history in the NFL. Just looking around the defensive room, he's one of the more tenured guys in the office here. So let's run through some notes I've got on Coach Tarver. 3rd year as the Browns linebacker coach, 19th season as an NFL coach. He has some experience as a defensive coordinator. He did it for the Raiders for 3 seasons. Now, to me, this would be the most logical promotion within if Joe Woods were to be relieved of his duties. Let's look at Tarver's career right now. He started things off in West Valley College. Then he went on to UCLA. He was a grad assistant. Then he goes up to the big leagues, right, with the Niners. Has some experience on the offensive side of things, offensive quality control coach, running back coach. He spent 5 seasons as the outside linebacker coach. Then he goes to Stanford, defensive coordinator / inside linebacker coach. Then he gets his gig with the Raiders, 3 years as their DC. I'm not going to bother to show what he did as a Raiders DC. That was nearly a decade ago. I'm going to contradict myself later on in the show, but I don't think that's a really good or fair, accurate representation. 2015 to 2017, he goes back to the Niners, working on defense. Then he goes down to Nashville. He's the DC for the Vanderbilt Commodores, go Vols. And for the last 3 years, he's been hanging out in Cleveland as the linebacker coach. So I think that would be the most logical in-house promotion. But I will let you guys weigh in right now. This is today's poll question. I really want to see what you guys have to say. Will Joe Woods last the entire season? Stefanski's never made a midseason fire before. Could this be the first if the defense is giving up chunks of yards and a lot of points and he feels that it is restricting his domain, the offense, from winning games? Y for yes or N for no. All right, next replacement is a bigger name. You might have heard of him. Mike Zimmer, former Minnesota Vikings head coach. We're going to run through Zimmer and talk about why I think it might be a pretty good idea to at least reach out to him and see if he'd be interested in coming over to Cleveland. But first, Mint Mobile, today's proud sponsor. I told you at the top of the show about so many of their great benefits. Well, let me tell you more. Because not only are you going to be hopping on the nation's largest 5G or 4G network, whatever is easiest for you, whatever is strongest, but thanks to new eSIM technology, you can make the change from your own home. I've said this before, but I'll say it again for the people in the back. You do not have to waste your time on a weekday or, God forbid, a weekend by going into a strip mall and making half an hour wasting time switching over to a new cell phone provider. No, you can do it from the comfort of your own home with your same phone number and your same SIM card. You don't have to change anything thanks to new eSIM technology at Mint Mobile. Get started today. Monthly rates as low as $15 when you go to mintmobile.com/chatsports. So let's get back to Mike Zimmer. He was the Vikings head coach from 2014 to 2021. A lot of experience as a DC. Started with the Cowboys, then the Falcons for a little bit. Then he went on to the Bengals before getting the head coaching job in Minneapolis. Now, he currently is on Deion Sanders' coaching staff over at Jackson State. Evidently, those two guys are really good friends. I didn't know that, but I guess they are. So that's where Mike Zimmer is right now. Now, Mike Zimmer, when he was in Minnesota, here's how his defensive fared. There's a lot of ways to evaluate a defense, a lot of numbers. I'm just going to look at two. I don't think there's necessarily the best two, but for today, we're just going to look at points allowed and takeaways, turnovers. And you can see it had some ups and it had some downs, right? 2015, 2016, we're talking about a team that gave up the 5th and 6th best points allowed here. But then in 2020 and 2021, it's in the late 20s. So it seesawed a little bit, but overall, Mike Zimmer, his problem was not on the defense. He never was able to get a relationship going with Kirk Cousins, and that led to his downfall ultimately in Minnesota. And you might have remembered this. Where was Kevin Stefanski before Cleveland? He was in Minnesota, and he survived 3 different head coaching changes. Brad Childress, Leslie Frazier, and Mike Zimmer. They overlapped for 6 years. It might be a bit awkward, I think, for Zimmer to come and now work underneath Kevin Stefanski. But if Zimmer wants to get back in the NFL and get out of Jackson State, a good place to go is to work for a coach you know pretty well. A coach you overlapped with for 6 years and you have a relationship with. And you don't, at this point in his career, Zimmer doesn't want to go somewhere and start all over with new people and a new coach and new everything. He knows what Stefanski wants. They can chat on the phone, and he can give him what he wants, while also getting himself back into the mix of the NFL coaching sphere. So I think it could make a lot of sense for Zimmer and Stefanski, who worked well in Minnesota, right? Stefanski was there before Zimmer arrived, and Zimmer held on to him. A lot of times when a new coach comes in, they clean house. Clearly, Stefanski had either a really good breath or like a really good one-liner when he met Zimmer. He's like, all right, you can stick around. You seem like a cool dude. All of a sudden, maybe the student becomes the master and Stefanski is working above Mike Zimmer. Now, it is Patriots Hate Week here at the channel. I just picked a random Patriots YouTube channel and I decided to declare war on them. So whoever the Patriots press pass is, some old geezers, I think, on YouTube, still trying to figure out how to start and stop a stream. No offense. We are declaring war on you this week. We're trying to catch up to you and beat you in subscribers. We got 4,000 to go. They got a decent leg up on us here. So let's beat them this week in subs by hitting on that big red button if you're looking for Browns YouTube coverage leading into week 6. All right, next Joe Woods replacement is Vic Fangio. I would go bananas if Vic Fangio was hired by the Cleveland Browns, right? Most recently, the Denver Broncos head coach for 3 seasons. Another coach that just too defensive-minded, that didn't have the quarterback position down, and that led to his downfall between Teddy Bridgewater and Joe Flacco, and Drew Lock just couldn't figure it out. He too has a ton of experience as a DC with the Panthers, the Colts, the Texans, most notably with the 49ers and the Bears. Now, he is the current defensive consultant for the Philadelphia Eagles. Let me make this loud and clear right now. I would love it if Vic Fangio became the defensive coordinator for the Browns. He does amazing things for his defense. Now, he does run a 3-4 defense. That is different than what the Browns operate right now of a 4-3 front. Change might be scary, but his defense, it kicks ass. Let's look what he did with the Denver Broncos. Sticking with that same points allowed and takeaways theme here. First year, 10th in points allowed, 25th in turnovers. Takeaways, turnovers, they can kind of come and go. They can be fluky, a little bit element of luck involved in them. But his last year, the year he got fired, his defense was letting up the third fewest points per game in the NFL. That's a defense, keep in mind, that lost Bradley Chubb for much of the year, that traded Von Miller away, that had multiple starters across the board get hurt. So Vic Fangio did a lot of great things with some backups in Denver. Imagine what he could do with Denzel Ward and Myles Garrett and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And then in Chicago, where he really made a name for himself and got the head coaching job. Look at 2018. That's the Bears team, the Cody Parkey double doink team. First in points allowed and first in turnovers. You do not find that on the street. The fact that there's just a consultant who not too long ago turned a Bears defense that was 24th in points allowed in 2016, his second year there, to first just 2 years later, that's a serious jump right there. Fangio had some great years, not only with the Bears, but before then too, with the 49ers. Here's are some of his best hits, right? His best years. Going back to those really good 49ers defensive days, where he had them second in points allowed, back-to-back seasons, and third in 2013. Turnovers were right there as well. Then with the Bears in 2018, with the Broncos in 2021, Vic Fangio would be my pick. If I had to go through any possible coordinator out there, I would love to see Vic Fangio come to Cleveland. All right, next replacement is, you guys have been asking for it. It's Dr. Heat. It's Greg Williams. I'm not too keen on this. I think the game has passed him a little bit, but I will cater to you guys a little bit here because here at Chat Sports, it's all about two-way audience interaction, and I've seen enough chatter over this. So I showed this stat earlier this week. I'll remind our new viewers, if you want to compare Greg Williams to Joe Woods, what Williams did with the Browns and the Jets after leaving Cleveland as their DC, and Woods in 2.5 years, they're not very far apart. Where they are far apart in is the talent level these two coordinators had on their respective defenses. Right? Greg Williams had, I wouldn't even say he had Myles Garrett for 1 year, a little bit more than that, but the first year Myles Garrett was hurt, it was hardly a factor in the season. But Joe Woods has Myles Garrett not even necessarily in his prime or hitting it right now. And this team is letting up 24 points per game. Not much lower than Greg Williams. Just because they both aren't very good doesn't mean that you have to pick one of those two. So I'm passing on Dr. Heat, Greg Williams, medical doctor, because I don't think it has to be one of those two options. I don't think it has to be Williams or Woods. There is more, and we'll go through more in just a moment here. But I do want you guys to get involved once again. Do you want Greg Williams to come back to Cleveland? Simple 1 for yes this time or 2 for no. So my final Joe Woods replacement option is an under-the-radar name, because that's tend to be what happens when you make coaching changes, that league circles have position coaches that people like, and as fans we never hear of. But this is a name to keep an eye on. It's Eric Henderson, the defensive line coach for the LA Rams. So The Athletic back in the summer put out a list of top 40 under 40 NFL coaches and execs, and they had Eric Henderson on this list here. So Henderson is the Rams D-line coach, like I said, also in charge of the run game coordinator position. And keep in mind, a lot of these hires tend to come from names you've never heard of, right? It all of a sudden is the Falcons DB coach. And you're like, well, I don't know who that guy was, but I guess A.J. Terrell is pretty good, so it makes some sense here. Plus, everyone just loves Rams coaches. If you work for Sean McVay, you're guaranteed to get a promotion sometime soon, pretty much. Here's what The Athletic said about Henderson. Henderson is The Athletic's choice for 2022. He might be under the radar publicly, but not among his NFL coaching peers who voted him the John Tierlink Defensive Line Coach of the Year last season. Henderson received high marks from his peers, and his ability to teach and connect with superstars such as Aaron Donald and Von Miller to grinders like Greg Gaines. His group had 50 sacks in the 2021 regular season, third most in the NFL, but turned it up even more in the playoffs. The Rams had 12 sacks in the postseason, including 7 of Burrow in their Super Bowl win. Now, this defensive line this year for the Rams has not been like last year. Towards the bottom of the league in sacks right now with just 10, hurries, and pressures. So losing Von Miller has not helped. But I don't think that negates you from being potentially hired. Because remember this. If you want to take one thing away from today's show, it's this. Coaches and GMs, they don't hire stats. They hire people, right? They sit down and they go, you are someone I can work with. You are someone I believe can get the job done. They don't look and go, well, this guy's defense was ranked 8th and this guy was 9th back in 2019. We got to go with the lower ranking. No, that's not how these hires work. Yeah, having good defense puts you on the map, but you've got to sell yourself in the interview. So don't get caught up too much in, I don't want this guy. His defense sucked 2 years ago. That's not how these hires work. They are hiring a person. They're not hiring his defensive stats from the last 3 years. Stats are important as a reference point, but it's more than that. Let's give some shout outs here. Oh, the bots are here. Spam B to block the bots. Did we get a big super? Oh boy. Did I miss this? Michael Warnecki! F the Pats! Oh boy, Michael.
When we started, I was going to tell you, like, hey,
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Michael. I didn't mean to blue ball you for that long there.
Holy cow, Michael. Now we got shots.
Oh, we got a big question from Fletcher. We'll let you guys, the audience, decide. But we got some shots to get to, and I think I owe a Dirty Dog Bowl. Yeah, I do. So, Dirty Dog Bowl coming in here. Bartender Patrick on the Fireball. So, Fletcher's asking if he should get Firehouse subs for dinner. His question is Jersey Mike's, Jimmy John's, or Firehouse? Potbelly. 4 of them. Rank them. Jersey Mike's, Firehouse, Potbelly, Jimmy John's. I go Jersey Mike's 1, Jimmy John's 2, Firehouse 3, Potbelly 4.
I would switch Jimmy John's and
Jersey Mike's?
Yeah.
I do love if it's 1A, it's 1B.
No, Jersey Mike's is 1. I would put Jimmy John's 4. I would switch them.
You put Jimmy John's 4?
I put Potbelly 3.
Oh, you barbarian. I love Jimmy John's. It's the most refreshing thing you can have.
We got Jared.
Oh, we got Jared coming in too. Michael, thank you so much for the super chat. We're going to get the Dirty Dog Bowl in a second. We also got a super chat coming in from Jared. Josh is saying Firehouse 1. Wow, a lot of love coming in for Firehouse right now.
Firehouse is very good.
Yeah. I'm not too high on Firehouse.
You're not?
I'm not crazy about it.
I just don't get it too often.
Dirty Dog Bowl for Michael Warnecki's $50 super chat.
Now we're $10 away from $275.
Ooh, I can smell it from here.
Another shot for Petey and I. Shout out to you. Shout out to Ray. Yo, bartender. Yabu. Say Yabu. Needs a refill. I think he's talking about you, Petey.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Ugh. The Dirty Dog Bowl hits different. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Jarrett Roush, a super chat growing legend right now. He's up there with the Brown Tigers and the Michael Warneckis of the world right now.
He's up there.
Do you think we need much more work on run defense or pass defense? Thirsty Thursday, baby. Drinks along with y'all. Cheers, Petey and Patrick. Go Browns. Jarrett, go Browns. Thank you for indulging yourself with us here.
We'll get to that in the mailbag.
Yeah, we'll throw this on the mailbag for sure, but I do have to answer your question. Run defense. Because you can rely on the talent on this pass defense overcoming some of their, I would say, overcoming their, I don't want to say shortcomings because that sounds kind of like contradicting one another, but their slow start. Denzel Ward can pick it up. So can John Johnson. So can Greg Newsome. Who's to say Tommy freaking Togiai is, right? That's not a name that you've ever seen be productive. So I'm much more concerned about the run defense than the pass defense because the pass defense's issues is miscommunication. Even then, they have had some bad coverages, but that's going to happen in the NFL. Right? Jalen Ramsey got worked week 1. It's really tough to be corner. It's the most difficult job in the NFL.
Especially weeks 1 through 5.
Yeah.
Where there's not a lot of film. Like, I feel like corner, that's a huge film.
Right. Learning tendencies of receivers. Very difficult to be a corner in the NFL. So I'm much more concerned about the run defense.
How far from 275?
We're $9. I'm going to finish off this dog bowl for you, Jarrett.
Jarrett, you're You're a sly dog. Cheers to you, man.
McCullough, if you're watching, please, could I get another Coors Latte, please? I said please twice. I'm like Canadian. All right, here we go. Cheers, guys.
Oh, yeah. That fireball's not going down easier. Thought it would be, but yeah, shout out to you guys. This has been a hell of a show so far. And we still have a mailbag to get to.
Fletcher, would you rather have Domino's or Papa John's? Papa John's. I'd rather have Papa John's over Domino's. I don't like Domino's at all.
I kind of like that.
No, I think Domino's. I don't like their crust. I don't like their crust.
You don't like their crust?
No, I think their crust sucks.
That's their best part.
No, I like Papa John's. I think Pizza Hut's not too bad. Yeah. Brown Tiger. I do like this question coming in from Brown Tiger, too.
Oh.
All right, Jeffrey, by the way, is going Jersey Mike's 1, Jimmy John's 2. Thank you, McCullough. Firehouse 3, Potbelly 4. All right, so Jeffrey and I are on the winning team here. That is the right team. All right.
Max never heard of Potbelly.
I guess it's regional to Midwest and Midwest.
It's like just warm subs.
Here's my issue with Potbelly. What it is, like they build your sandwich and they put it through like kind of Quiznos style of like a little cooking conveyor belt.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Every time I have Potbelly, you're going to need to take a nap after. It's kind of like that really filling.
Yeah.
Like,
Brown Tiger, do you think York gets back on track this game with Yorkers? I hope so.
Was he missing last week?
So he was a perfect 8 for 8 coming into Sunday. Field goal. He had missed some extra points. He missed 2. And then he missed both field goals yesterday on Sunday. He missed a 45-yarder and a bad miss before the end of the first half. And then he had a walk-off 54 pretty much, and he missed it.
Really?
Yeah. Really sucked to see that one. But do I think he gets back on track? I hope so. That's really all you can say about kickers.
Yeah.
If anyone ever tells you that, no, like, based on how he missed last week, he'll correct that. They could also sell you beachfront property in Oklahoma. Like, no, right, kickers are what Patrick just said. It's all in your head. There's nothing I can say to about, like, I have a feeling.
Like, I feel like there could be 2,000 people in this country that could kick NFL kicks. It's all right here. It's all up there.
Yeah, I do like what Bitter Truth Show says. York needs to practice kicking in the stadium, learn how the wind blows there, right? Very different at First Energy compared to Berea. Now, a lot of NFL kickers just practice at the stadium. Now, I can't say definitively that's what Cade York does because I don't practice with him. But I would assume he does go to the stadium for 90 minutes a day and practices kicking. You know, look at the Phil Dawson flag off the side of the corner of the end zone to see what the wind's coming in. But I hope he gets back on track because, I mean, it was so fun week 1. I want to go back to that so badly. Yeah.
I mean, a game winner, that could erase all questions.
Yep. Soul Train was a good point. Cade York's bad weekend is similar to the Bengals kicker who choked against the Packers but ended up beloved by them. Yeah, right, where Zach McPherson went off in the playoffs, but in that Packers Week 3 game last year, extra points. I mean, Mason Crosby sucked too.
Yeah.
So I agree here. So we're going to get into mailbag. Use hashtag Browns or Super Chat like more than so many of you already have today to guarantee a spot on screen. I'll let Patrick kind of sort through the Super Chats for a moment here to remember which ones are questions and which ones are just drinking paraphernalia. We're also at $268 in Super Chats. Did you reset the benchmarks? $275 for a round of shots?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we're like $8 away from that, whatever the math is. Scarehouse Tim Zombie, I bet Phil Dawson can still boot it. Yeah, I bet he probably could. Kicker, I don't think that really goes away from you all that much. Kicking, I don't know. I'm not a kicker, so I can't comment all that much. Jarrett, all right. This will be an unpopular opinion. I like Subway. I think Subway gets too much heat.
I like Subway too.
It's good. It's consistent. It's got all the ingredients you want. You can build any sandwich possible. Yeah. Jarrett Roush, before we even get into the mailbag, let's go Browns. Let's go Browns.
Come on, Jarrett.
Yes. Jeffrey, if you want to get on screen, you have to use hashtag Browns. Otherwise, our software can't pull the YouTube comment and get it on screen. No joke. So use hashtag Browns for your questions, please. Jarrett Roush with another super. Take a shot with me, boys. We oblige.
Jared, normally after work on Thursday, I'm like, I'm probably going to need the pregame a little bit. Jared, I'm already there, man.
Yeah.
you already got us there.
You have taken care of that for us.
You're just going to take I'm just starting at work now right into my night.
Mm-hmm. Doug, do you think Cade we'll pull all these questions on screen so if we need to. Do you think Cade York will pull it together? I go back to what I said a moment ago of like, I say yes because I want him to. Not because I actually have a good inclination of like what's going on in the mind and the practice of Cade York this week here. There is something to, if you really want to get nerdy with it, his misses have been pushes to the right. At least he's missing one direction.
Come on,
Tiger. He can fix that here. Brown Tiger, that's funny. Right? I think that if you're gonna miss this kicker, at least be consistent where you're missing, so you can make that correction, as opposed to like left, right. You know what I mean? All right.
Scarehouse.
I'm getting Yeah,
me too, brother. Except I'm not watching.
Cannonball
Cheers.
for the mailbag. No, that's lame. Cheers for
Jared.
For fucking Jared. Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers to Jared.
Cannonball coming.
You know what, Brown Tiger, I'll take another one for you.
Let me give a cheers to Brown Tiger. This is for Patrick. Go Brownies, screw the Vikings. Producer Patrick, our resident Vikings fan here at the channel.
If you guys would get Mike Zimmer, and you guys would have Stefanski and Zim, Browns would probably become my second favorite team.
Well, that'd be pretty fun. That'd be pretty fun right there. Carla, they will go crazy if they get 100 dono. Just do it. F the Patriots. I'll show that, Carla. I don't know why YouTube censors that stuff, but
if that happens,
oh my, the show will melt down.
Hours.
Yeah. We're at 280. 300's a new benchmark for a round of office shots.
For another round of shots.
Yeah.
20 more bones.
Yep. Greasy Flight, I'm getting a drink. If you want to join us, that's the purpose of the show. Right? It's not just us talking and you guys just sitting there listening like sheep. It's fun to get you guys on screen.
We haven't really gotten to the party part.
No, the best part of the is the end of the show.
Normally, Petey and I were saying, once we get through all the cuts, then we can really start drinking and partying with you guys. You guys just take it.
Scarehouse Tim Zombie, I drink, but my boss won't like it.
You could just go shooters.
Yeah, shooter.
Just sneak it by him. Just run to the bathroom.
You could go full on like hobo mode of like put it into like a 7-Eleven big gulp.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good way to look like you've given up on the week.
Yes.
Where you're like, this month's over for me. It's the 4th.
So
I'm done.
It's blatantly obvious. It's a mixed drink in there.
Right. You're sipping on it like you're drinking that pretty slow. Like this Coke's pretty solid, so leave me alone.
Hey, Greg, you just gave me a throwback to college. Keystone Light. I lived off that in college. Keystone Light.
Really?
I think that might be like
what's in your bloodstream?
Yes. Miller, Keystone Light, the two most consumed beers in my life. I freaking love Keystone.
Busch Light was my Keystone Light of like college. Yeah. Busch Lattes.
Yeah, Busch Lattes.
Oh, I remember spring break one year. Now we've really gone into the yearbook. I didn't drink water until like day 4, and I was like, I hope there's a lot of water in Busch Light because that's all I've had so far.
Gregory, is that a strictly Ohio drink? Is Keystone?
Keystone and Jaeger?
Oh, you got Keystone and Jaeger.
That's what he said.
Oh, Keystone and Jaeger.
So you can buy a little bit of like a
little dirty dog
yeah.
From Gregory.
Okay, so we're going to get into the mailbag.
Ooh.
Fletcher, you drank Keystone in college. Where did you go? Iowa?
Xavier University in Cincinnati, Ohio. I know Browns fans aren't going to like that, but Cincinnati.
It's a good spot in Kentucky. All right, here we go. We're going to get into the mailbag. Hashtag Browns or Super Chat, like more than ever before has ever happened to the show today. We're at 280, 300 for a round of shots at the office.
20 more bones.
Hell, I'll put it this way. 300, another Dirty Dog Bowl. Let's do it. We're $20 away. Another Dirty Dog Bowl if we get to 300. All right, are we ready to do a mailbag, Patrick?
That's right.
Okay, Yingling is my favorite beer from Scarehouse Tim. I like Yingling. Yingling's good. It's good beer. Good beer. American made, baby. All right. Yes, indeed, Jersey Dog. All right. I need to compose myself for a second. Let's do this thing. Welcome into the Cleveland Browns Report Mailbag Edition. Matthew Peterson here answering the questions during our live show every single Thursday at 4 Eastern. I promise you it is a blast. If you haven't tuned in before, Make sure you do so. I guarantee you have a good time. Let's stop right now. Holy smokes, Michael! I see it out of the corner of my eye. Making a dirty dog ball. I was like, well, this plane just landed right over again. Okay. Here we go. Michael making a dirty dog bowl there. Thirsty Thursday in the house. Indeed. And the bots are here. There's horny singles in your area. Oh. Michael, I saw it. I was like, we're not going anywhere right now. B to block the bots. Gregory knows it without even me saying it. Thank you very much, Patrick. Okay, Dirty Dog Bowl coming right up for yours truly, Michael Risbeck. And Eric is giving us Bible quotes, I think, right now. So we got that going for us, too. Okay, F the Ravens for Doug. Dirty Dog Bowl, we're at 300 right now. We'll reset the marker, I guess, at 320 again.
320.
We're just doing 20 increments here for a Dirty Dog Bowl. Cheers, Michael.
Cheers, baby. Appreciate you. We really do appreciate this. Makes PD's eyes Thursdays freaking fantastic. Really, really good stuff out of you. Cheers to you, man. Thirsty Thursdays.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
Oh. Okay.
We're going to reel it back in for the mailbag.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Okay.
All right. Shout out to you guys.
Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Michael. That sets us at 300, an absolute record here at the channel for our live shows every Thursday. No doubt about it. Let's try and get through this mailbag.
Yeah,
we got this. You guys are watching a performance, I would say, right now, because
with this? We're back partying.
We're back to partying. Because what happens, my boss will look at it and go like, were you under the influence? I'm like, no, officer. And he'll be like, you're lying. So here we go. Right. Let's do this. Let's get into a Cleveland Browns mailbag. Welcome into the Cleveland Browns Report mailbag edition here. All of today's questions were asked during our live show every Thursday at 4 Eastern. If you have not tuned in before, set your alarms for next Thursday and make sure you do so. I guarantee you'll have a good time. So the first question comes in from the Brown Tiger, an absolute legend here at the channel. Thoughts on Joe Woods? What the hell? Not worried about it, but you know it's bad. Never in my life have I heard something so bad in my life. We can pull up Joe Woods' exact quote that Brown Tiger is referencing. This going back to Thursday, speaking to the media. Here's what he said. Cameron Justice tweeting this out. Just telling the truth, I don't worry about it. You guys can read the rest on screen. I'm going to talk about that one sentence. Can you please worry about it, Joe? On behalf of all of our, health, because we are worrying about this defense. So make sure you try to worry about it. I'm so upset about that comment because I've literally just lost my train of thought of like, how are you not worrying about it? This is your job as defensive coordinator to worry about it. Figure it out. All right, let's get back on track here. I don't want to get too upset right now. Jarrett Roush, thoughts on Dion Jones? I'm pretty excited, although I know it won't fix everything on the defensive end. Give me that dog bowl, Petey. We drink on the dog show. We drink on the dog bowls here on the live show. Deion Jones. Is he going to come in here and be the gorilla duct tape? No. He ain't going to come here and make everything better on defense. Will he help? I really do think he will help. He's a great coverage linebacker. He's not too far removed from having one of his best seasons as a linebacker. Now, he's coming off surgery. He hasn't played it all this season so far. He might take a week or two to ramp up a little bit. But at the end of the day, this Browns defense needed a change. Doing the same thing was not going to work. It's just going to go downhill. So I like that Andrew Berry is accepting this defense is not cutting it. We have got to switch it up. So it's great to see that happening. Dion Jones, X's and O's, a very good coverage linebacker. He's going to help over the middle of the field and honestly, hopefully reduce the number of miscommunications on this defense. probably taking that green dot over from Jacob Phillips. All right, question coming in from Gucci Chubb. Any chance the Browns could trade for a wide receiver like Terrace Marshall or Denzel Mims? I do believe there's a strong chance the Browns will, A, either make a trade, or B, these guys will just be traded, period, whether it's to Cleveland or not here. Now, Denzel Mims has been a healthy scratch all season long this year. Just 31 receptions in his 2-year career. I mean, it's 3 years, but he hasn't played at all this year. Meanwhile, the other former second-round pick, Marshall Jr. out of LSU, just 21 grabs for 168 yards. If you are banking on a trade for one of these two guys to come in and resurrect their career, I wouldn't hold your breath on it. Could the Browns use some help at wide receiver? No doubt about it. Is bringing Denzel Mims or Terrace Marshall in going to change the landscape of this wide receiver room? Probably not. They can compete for wide receiver 3 after Cooper and DPJ. But if a trade were to happen or does happen, don't take this and run with it like this is the savior now. We're set at wide receiver. There's a reason why Denzel Mims is a healthy scratch and Marshall's not doing anything in Carolina. And it's not just because Baker sucks and the Jets are pretty loaded at wide receiver. Now, we talk about trades all the time here at the channel. This is an opportunity for you guys watching at home right now to get involved, get on the show by giving me your trade ideas. So get down in the comment section. Let me know whether it's someone coming to Cleveland or someone departing Cleveland. I want to know what your best trade ideas are. Next question coming in from Max Lane. Do you think the Browns can trade for DJ Moore? Speaking of Panthers receivers, do I think they can trade for DJ Moore? The Panthers probably are entering a fire sale mode right now after firing Matt Rule and trade rumors around CMC. I don't think DJ Moore to Cleveland really makes a ton of sense. One, you're going to bring him on, and he's got a decent amount of contract left with him, so that's definitely a factor. But even if you kind of ignore the finances of it, I think just adding DJ Moore to this roster, yeah, in a fantasy world would be awesome. But are the Browns in a position to give up a second-round pick for a wide receiver? Probably what it costs for DJ Moore? I don't think so. Then they don't pick until the 3rd round in this upcoming draft. And they've got bigger issues right now to fill in the draft with cheaper contracts, with more stability for the longer term than DJ Moore coming over right now. So if DJ Moore comes to Cleveland, don't get me wrong, I'll be very excited about it because I think he can help this offense and provide more depth at receiver. But is it something that needs to be done? I don't think it is. All right, Doug, you're up next on the show. Do you think Cade York will pull it together? York missed 2 bad field goals against the Chargers. Do I think he'll pull it together? I hope so. That's really all I can give you right now, right? I don't have a sit-down meeting with Cade York and go, how you feeling this week, once a week? But your guess is as good as mine in terms of predicting how kickers look. Kickers are kickers. They're fluky. Kickers go through bad stretches, and they come out of them. Some do. Some don't. Like Amendola. He sucks. But do I think he pulls it together? I don't know, but I sure as hell hope so. Now, if you enjoy watching today's mailbag, I'm going to put a quick challenge out to everyone watching to share it to other Browns fans. So, hey, get down to the share icon, text it, put it on Facebook, put it on Twitter. I just want this video to have a wide net so that more Browns fans can come over to the channel and we can continue growing. So I'm calling out all the MVPs of the channel right now to go above and beyond. Share today's video to your friends and family that love the Cleveland Browns so we can continue to grow here at the Browns Report by Chat Sports. We can get more studio space, more studio time, and best of all, more content for you guys. Carla, what's up? I think you could trade for Corey Davis for like a 3rd and a 4th or maybe a little less or more. Let's think about the Jets wide receiver room right now. You've got Garrett Wilson. You have Corey Davis. You have Braxton Berrios. I could maybe see Corey Davis being on the move, but at the same time, not really because the Jets for the first time in how long are above 500? Do they really want to start hitting the sell button? We're talking about a 3-2 Jets team right now as we film this. I don't think the Jets are looking to unload assets. I think they want to try and put some more wins together. make this franchise bearable for fans as it's been unbearable for about 10 years at this point. So I don't think the Jets are in a position to start selling off Corey Davis, even for a pretty good, enticing third-round pick, because they don't want to start telling their locker room we're sellers, not buyers. All right, Jeffrey, I feel like you're asking this to... I don't even know the reason why you're asking this. I don't want to read it out loud. You guys watching can read it. I don't want to put these words out there. I'll end it with a simple no. Next question. Another question from Carla. What's your guys' score predictions? Mine is 32-31 Browns F the Patriots. Very good question, Carla. I'm going to go with the Browns because why not? Every single week by the end of it, I will talk myself into the Browns beating anyone, winning every game, any game. So I'll take the Browns winning this one. Give it to me, Cleveland. That's what she said. 25-20? 25-20? I feel like Bailey Zappi, you're going to get a weird score. So 25-20. All right, now speaking of this game, if you want to put your money where your mouth is, if you got a good feeling about the Browns, -3 against the Patriots, make your bets at chatsports.com/bet. Use promo code Browns125. What's that going to do? Going to get you a 125% deposit bonus. You're not going to find a better deal out there. So if you want to put some money down, put your money where your mouth is, just make your picks at chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Browns125. All right, longtime commenter here at the channel, Ray, looking more like the Browns need an improvement with their special teams coach. Mike Prefer, special teams coordinator for the Browns. This unit has not gotten it done. Losing Jakeem Grant has really hurt them because Demetric Felton was a disaster. Chester Rogers, Donovan Peoples-Jones. Well, first we went to Jerome Ford. He's hurt. DPJ, and I don't think they want DPJ taking those reps in special teams. And then you got Chester Rogers, who was signed midweek. I agree that it's not pretty on special teams. As for missed field goals, I don't really know how much you can pencil that in on the special teams coordinator. He's not the one kicking it, but I do agree along the line of special teams has been underwhelming, and it needs to pick up. All right, last question coming in from Greatness. Who is a defensive tackle the Browns could trade for that wouldn't break the draft bank? Okay, so who is a defensive tackle the Browns could trade for that's not a Daron Payne, probably, right? That's going to require a big draft pick going the other way. What about Mike Purcell? He's the backup defensive tackle right now for the Denver Broncos. And he's had a really good year so far. 14 tackles, 1 sack. Pro Football Focus has him ranked 19th out of 121. And I think this trade could work for 2 reasons. 1, the Browns need a defensive tackle. Purcell could help. 2, Denver needs draft picks. They gave up a lot for Russell Wilson. They are not looking like a playoff team. They look like they need to regroup and re-strategize and retool. And a good way to do that is to try and get some draft capital back and use that to maybe, move up in the draft boards a little bit. But I think Mike Purcell could be a nice trade target for the Browns here. All right, last question I'm going to ask you guys before I let you go and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Predict the score. Browns, Patriots. Who you got in this one by how much? I'm going Cleveland 25, New England 20. Browns get to 3-3. Give me the Brownies. Let me know what your score predictions are down below. What do we got? Josh Purcell for a 5th. Gosh, if Mike Purcell comes to the Browns, that's not like a Daron Payne move, but that's a quietly good midseason trade if it doesn't cost you very much here. Now we have another super chat coming in from Jarrett answering the call. Sharing right now. I got you, Petey. Jarrett, thank you so much, man. Cheers, man.
I'll throw this name out here for Browns fans looking for big old D tackles in the middle. Linval Joseph, he's still a free agent.
Yep, he is. I like that idea.
He's a little wash, give you 20 reps a game, first and second down. Keep that in mind. Linval Joseph.
Now, the Patriots' ground game has been very good the last couple of weeks here.
They're
out
years. They've always had.
Right.
Always run the football.
But the last 3 weeks, I crunched the numbers. They're averaging about 160 yards the last 3 weeks. The Browns the last 2 weeks have given up 440 40-ish yards.
And Belichick, he fully expects to come in there and run for 200.
He's got Bailey Zappi.
Yes.
2, his ground game's working. 3, he knows the Browns' biggest weakness. And if there's one coach that can take advantage of a weakness, it's Belichick. So that's why I'm concerned for this game is like, what if Stefanski just gets out-coached? Because Belichick goes, we'll run it 20 straight times, and you can do nothing about it. And Stefanski goes, our offense can't score every drive, right? That's not possible in the NFL unless you're the Buffalo Bills. And we'll run into a problem and lose again 30-28.
Belichick, he's like makeup remover, like whatever, like your blemishes or your like insecurities.
Did you come up with that?
What? I literally just thought about this on the spot.
That was very good. Say that again.
Let me get in my Colin Cowherd bag.
That was awesome.
Bill Belichick is like makeup remover. He'll expose any blemishes, insecurities that your team may have that week. It's gonna come out. I know. I just had the mic drop that real quick.
I'm putting that on my Twitter. That was quite the line right there. Okay. I don't know what Brian T's issue is. All right. Well, Brian T, you're going to go into timeout mode if you're just going to spam the chat with negativity. Greasy Flight, if we play smart and control the ball, we'll be good. Cade York needs to do his things. Jared, another super chat. Goodness gracious.
My man.
My man, indeed.
Let's go.
And the bots are back.
Now we're $8 away from another shot.
Who can finish it off? We're $8 away from another dirty dog bowl. Dog bowl for you.
$100 super chat. I'll do a dirty dog bowl.
All right, you want to come on?
Here we go. This would take us over.
You can go on his camera. So here's Mitchell Renz, the host of the Raiders Report here at Chat Sports. He's got an offer for the dog pound.
All right, so $100. I'll do a dirty dog bowl because I just heard on Dolphins they just got a 100.
Oh damn!
Yeah, so they got 400. Eagles at like 3-something. So we got to catch them.
We're at 312 right now.
$100.
$100.
There's 10.
There's 10 for Michael.
There we go.
It's got to be 100 or a group effort. All right.
You guys get the 400. I'll do a dirty dog.
All right, so we're $78 away.
30.
Michael doing his job right there. Dirty dog bowl coming for myself right now.
I got to take shots for my man Jarrett first.
Yep, and the end of the show is our favorite time of the show because Patrick and I get to talk NFL shop with you guys. Just kind of sit back and relax. So don't go anywhere. The show goes on. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up here. We got our favorite games to play. We get to pick our favorite our matchups for this Sunday coming up here. Dirty Dog Bowl coming up. Jonathan, I didn't even read the question because I was like, I refuse to do this.
I honestly threw that up there. I just want to see Petey's reaction to Garrett on the trade.
I don't even know if I put that in the title when I put that mailbag
Trade
out.
Myles Garrett?
Yeah. I might lose 20 subscribers if I do that.
Cheers.
All right, cheers, guys.
Ooh. Then we got another 10-piece coming in from another MVP of the show, putting us $78 away from a Mitchell Renz. We got a Raiders fan. A Mitchell Renz Dirty Dog Bowl. If we hit 400 total, we're at 322. We're setting records today. This is fantastic.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, this is my car staying here.
Group effort. It would be really dope if just like a flurry of like $2 super chats
Not
came
like
in.
The big one. Like,
We don't need one big one, but if everyone just starts chipping away at it, because Mitchell Renz is the president of drinking at Chat Sports.
Yes.
If you've never watched the Raiders Report, it is a Vegas strip club every single time in there. No joke about that.
Cheers to you, Michael.
Cheers, Michael Warnecki. All right. We're at the fun part of the show right now. So, Patrick and I are going to go through our picks. You got your picks in?
I do not. You go first.
I'll go first. I'm going to give my picks in. I've got 2 picks. I've got my favorite of the week and my super dog, which is like an underdog that I think is going to pull it off here.
What a cop-out for the super dog. I mean, this doesn't count. This does not count as your super dog.
Here it is.
The Kansas City Chiefs at home is your super dog.
The 3-point dogs, I have to go with it. The Chiefs are my super dog. Because how can I, it's just value. You know, I actually think the Bills will win. I think I can't pass on it, right? All right, Eric, my mind on my okay. Now we're doing song lyrics. Carla, do you think it's a good idea to sit Ward this week and next with all his struggles? Yeah, so with the concussion, hey, listen, if you're paying someone $100 million and they're healthy, you play. That's just the way it works in an NFL front office. Even if he's not playing his best football, you don't take the chance of, like, we'll give you a pass this Sunday. The NFL's cutthroat. It is, we need you for 17 days of a 365-day calendar. If you can go out there and stand, you will play. That's unless you're playing like the Lions or the Panthers, they'll do that. Oh, we got some supers cut. Now here we go. Here we go. All right, we'll get to my other picks in just a moment. That's a major cop-out. Give me your underdog for this week. We'll give shout-outs to the underdogs that come in. Okay. So, first one coming in from the Brown Tiger. If you can stop the Patriots' run defense, how do you expect to stop the Ravens and Bengals within the division? You mean if you can't stop the Patriots' run defense, Brown Tiger? Because I feel like
if you can't stop the Patriots' run,
am I dumb? Am I missing something?
I think he's just saying, like, if you can't stop the Patriots' run, how does the defense expect to stop the Ravens and Bengals and win the division?
I guess.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Okay. So to kind of reel it in now, I think the path to winning the division is this for the Browns. Like, in terms of, like, not the path, but the way you would win it. Mm-hmm. The Ravens might be full-on meltdown mode if they lose to the Giants this week. 5.5-point favorites on the road. 4-1 New York. The Bengals have looked better since their rocky start. But I'm not sold on Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase being the top duo in the NFL of wide receiver quarterback. Chase has been in a slowish start this year. Yeah. He has. So as the league kind of adjusts to, I knew you'd say that, Burrow and Chase, I think that'd be the route the Browns could go of, like, if they just lurk around and stay one game back until Watson returns, just take off come week 13. Brown Tiger, Jarrett refuses to quit. So now we're at 346. We're $54 away from Mitchell Renz coming on the show and doing a Dirty Dog Bowl. We're there. We're almost there. All right. Cheers to Brown Tiger. I need another beer now. McCullough, if you're still watching, please, could you get another cold Coors? Okay. Yeah, propaganda. Yeah, well.
All right. Shout out to Mac.
Let me just give you a quick. I'm talking with Brown Tiger. There are 32 NFL teams. We do not have 32 NFL hosts at Chat Sports. Start doing the math. People have to help in other spots because the boss says so. So it's not what you necessarily want to do, but if you have a boss at your job and he says to do this, how often do you say, no, I will not do that? Dealer's choice. Thank you, buddy. Mac, what's up? Just bought tickets to Browns-Dolphins game since it's back home in Miami. And Browns text Mac, let's go, man.
Those are two great games to go to.
I never met Mac in person, but I'd love to sit next to Mac at the Browns-Dolphins game in Hard Rock Stadium.
That would be fun.
That would be a lot of fun. Mac, that is awesome. I'm jealous of you.
Dudes, man.
Yes, that is awesome.
Yeah, last call for alcohol. Yeah, we're $54 away.
$54 away from a Mitchell Renz Dirty Dog Bowl. Cheers, Mac. Appreciate you.
If you guys want to see Petey and I scream like little schoolgirls,
I'll do another.
400.
Thank you, big guy. I'm going to do a dog bowl to kind of round up all these $5 supers.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Then we got this one from Joshua Miller.
Can you read that, please?
Michael Brockers from the Lions. Maybe thoughts? You know, Lions, another one of those teams. If they keep losing games, could be a fire sale. Could be a fire sale going on in Detroit.
Is that the same Michael Brockers that was on the Rams for a long time with Robert Quinn?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Remember how good that defense was, but that team just sucked?
Yeah.
It was Aaron Donald, Brockers, and Quinn.
Yeah.
Those three guys were on the same team.
And then Floyd came there the year after when Quinn and all of them left.
Leonard Floyd?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Maybe, yeah.
It was a couple years after.
Leonard Floyd went there to start 2020.
Okay, so it was a couple years
Or
after.
maybe 2021. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who knows? We got a lot of alcohol.
Okay, thank you, Brown Tiger. All right, we got another super chat from Josh. Yeah, I never answered it. I will not say no to any defensive tackle trade idea. How can, when this defense is that bad on the run, how can you shoot down any idea? All right, Ray, what's up? Yorkers, no dorkers this weekend. Ray, I hope you didn't copyright that or trademark it because I might steal that. That is a fantastic idea. Yeah. I like that one a lot. Yorkers, no dorkers. Cheers, Ray. Thank you so much. And then, do we ever just get to Jarrett's right now? Yes, play Denzel again. See ya Sunday, boys. Dog bowl for Jarrett. $10 super. How can I not? Oh, shoot.
Miller.
I'm spilling all over. It's a little sloppy right now.
Oh. Okay. Still 54 bones away. It's been a great show.
Yeah, we're $54 away from Mitchell Wren from the Raiders Report coming on and drinking a dirty dog bowl. And I'll probably pour his a little extra fat, too.
Yeah.
Really get the $50 to $100 worth.
This is going to be a true dirty
Oh, yeah. All right, so I love the chipping away. We had a good run right there of chipping away.
We had a good run. You guys 2s, 5s, 10s.
Yeah, I love that stuff. I love that stuff. All right. Go on.
I was going to say, like the 50-piece coming in out of nowhere is kind of like that huge wow.
Right.
That I live for it.
Jarrett with another. Here we go. Who wants to chip away? Now we're under $50.
Yeah, now we're under 50.
But I will say, if someone dropped a 50 right now,
50.
I fucking hit the ground.
A 50 might have me running
yeah. Oh, gosh. I've been making y'all drink Sunday as well.
Hey,
keep it real, boys. Jarrett, cheers to you.
Cheers. I'm having a great Thursday now because of you. All because of you.
Literally, like.
You have impacted my life in a positive way. Same with everybody today.
And here's the thing, is that when Patrick and I go to watch Thursday Night Football after this, the bartender or the waiter will be like, can I get you anything to drink? I'm like, well, no, did you watch earlier? Like, Jarrett kind of served us already, so we're good.
Were you watching the Cleveland
Same for Brown
Browns
Tiger. So, yeah, you're not a Browns fan? Get the fuck out.
Did you see what Michael was doing earlier? Like,
Michael Wernicke? How can I forget? Josh, too. Ray? And they're like, all right, asshole, get out of the bar. Okay.
Shout out to you guys.
We have some bets to go through.
We do.
And the way it works right now is we're just playing house money in terms of I say this every time, and I really want you guys to believe me when I say as soon as we're done, Steelers Talk by Chat Sports gets to come in the studio.
It's so annoying.
But if we get super chats, we never have to leave. Yeah. And then their video just doesn't get to go out. And that's something I'm very happy with, honestly. All right.
Hang out.
Here's my favorite.
All right, at least this is a real one from you.
The Rams win by 30 points. Do they not? It's P.J. Walker. Baker's hurt.
Oh, no, the Rams are kind of a mess.
It's not, no Matt Rule. It's in L.A. This is a Rams get back on track win. They beat the shit out of the Panthers. How do they not? They got to win this one by 21 points, by 3 touchdowns, which may sound like a big number, but listen to this. Ready? Final score, 35-7. Like, that's going to be the final.
Ooh, nailed the over-under on the dot right there.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. Yeah.
Vegas, Petey.
Uh-huh. So, I like this one a lot.
All right.
Let's go, Jarrett. Another $2 super chat.
I will F-pick. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Now we're 50 or 47 away?
Yeah. 47-ish.
47 away.
Cheers, Jarrett.
Mayhem. You're going to have to call Allstate. Is it Allstate?
Mm-hmm. Michael, oh gosh. We are $46 away. We round up. We're like at the 80-cent mark. So that's how far away we are.
Yeah, I mean, this just might, the pregame that Browns Live was just might turn into the actual part.
Yeah. I know that my hungry dog was.
It's funny when Petey and I look at each other because like he's literally 2 feet away from me right now. We look at each other. We both have the drunk eyes on. You guys can't really see each other. Every time we make eye contact, it's like kind of, hey, are you good? All right, you good? I'm good. Like,
all right. All right, Brian T. hit me with an F pit. Brian, I don't know if you're my biggest fan or my biggest hater right now. I don't think it's a secret that we have to have like Chat Sports covers multiple teams, so that leads to hosts putting on multiple hats. I don't think I shy away from that. It's just until the company is big enough to have 32 different hosts cover 32 different teams, people have to step in and help. Because like Newsbreak, I did a Titans video the other day. We have a Titans channel without a host to it. So that's just the way it works here at Chat Sports. Well, Brian, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Yeah. All right. Let's get Patrick's bets in.
Okay. Yeah,
I've given too much mental devotion to that right now, trying to explain how this works at Chat Sports.
So I haven't put mine in the system, but I'll just verbalize them to you guys. My dog of the week. I'm hopping back on the Jacksonville Jaguars hype train. They're playing in Indianapolis.
So they're at Indy.
It's a 2-point spread, which is shocking to me. I thought Indy would be favored by like 4 or 5.
Yeah, give me Jags +2.
So I'm going to take the Jags money on
Jags plus. Oh yeah, I like that a lot. I like that more than mine already.
Yeah.
Good pick. Good pick.
And then Petey.
Yep.
I have to say my favorite. It's got to be the Vikes -3.5.
Vikes -3.5 against
Miami.
against the Dolphins and Skylar Thompson.
All that Skylar Thompson hype. It's coming to an end this weekend, man. You cannot have a 7th-round rookie start against Kirk. You're going to realize the quarterback play is going to be night and day.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it also could be a trap game. Playing in Miami is not fun.
It could be a Mike White from the Jets last year. No one sees this guy coming.
I mean, he has the weapons.
And he creeps up on you. Now, Tyreek Hill came out in a walking boot following the loss. Are you muted right now?
No, I'm not muted right now. Maybe
Benjamin. Okay, no. Sorry. Greasy Flight was throwing me off. How long have we delayed the Steelers show? It's 4:52 Central right now. I would say about at least 20 minutes.
Yeah, about
4:30.
Yeah, normally they get in here about 4:30.
Because we get done about 4:15. And so a 15-minute, carryover.
Oh, and you guys can see my mic. It's right here. Don't worry.
Just
had a
so
lower
I'd say at this point we're about 20-plus minutes. Mm-hmm. So we're going to play our game. Now, there's two things. One, if you want a super chat to be like the czar of the game, the director, that's probably a less.
The offensive coordinator.
Yeah, the OC of the game. You're welcome to. And then we're still $46 away from Mitchell Rentz from the Raiders Report drinking a dirty dog bowl.
Let's go.
Jarrett!
We're getting there. Jarrett, you're a dog.
We're a little over $40 away. We'll get that on screen in a moment for you, Jarrett, here. Okay. Jarrett, what's up? I'd love to be on the show one day, quote my words. Ginger Gang, Patrick, I see you signing out, throwing love to both of y'all. Jarrett, cheers to you. Appreciate you so much.
Shout out to all the redheads out there.
Follow me on Twitter. I can't remember if you already are. Patrick will put the Twitter handle at the bottom. And so just follow me, or if you already are, DM me or something, or tweet at me so I can DM you and really thank you a little bit more professionally than cheers through YouTube.
We could definitely get him on the show next Thursday. Call him in.
For sure.
Post-game.
Yes.
We could definitely have a little call-in session.
I like that idea. Oh, Greasy Flight from north of the border.
Greasy.
Let's go.
We're getting there. All right.
Okay.
362?
Oh, guys, we're $38 away. Greasy Flight.
Getting there, man.
I'm going to say this next part. For you and for Scott Wood from Alberta. He's probably not watching right now, but nevertheless. My Canadians, north of the border, sort of one of your own. Mom was born in Canada, so I got dual citizenship. Of course, growing up in the U.S., I'm American, so USA, Ryan Miller over Sidney Crosby, 2012 Olympics, 2010 Olympics, whatever. But I do love my Canadian brothers and sisters north of the border. So, Cheers to you, Greasy Flight. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. Go Browns, indeed. Let's go Browns.
I'm excited for this game now on Sunday, Browns-Patriots.
It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one.
It's a good battle of the minds. You got Belichick, defensive genius, Stefanski. Yep. I consider him an offensive genius.
Uh-huh.
I wonder how you guys feel about Stefanski.
Stefanski, I think right now, is somewhat polarizing. I don't think the fan base is 100% on either yes or no.
Uh-huh.
I think there's a level of frustration that this team has lost close games, and it has come down to bad decisions at the end of the game.
Okay.
But
overall play design, he's up there in the league.
I mean, Stefanski has an offense with, a backup QB and like 1.5 receivers, like Amari Cooper and then DPJ every other week, averaging 26 points per game. Now, Nick Chubb's awesome, so if you have Nick Chubb, that's going to help you a ton too. Same with Kareem Hunt. Mm-hmm. But the thing I like about it is he has those weapons, and he goes to them. Like Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are utilized a lot. How often do you hear a team in the NFL in 2022 for a fan base to beg to run the ball more, right? Usually it's stop running, pass on first down. Stefanski knows what his team's strengths are, and he plays into them. Now, does he do everything as a head coach well? No, because otherwise they wouldn't be 2-3 right now, right? But he didn't throw the pick in the end zone for Brissett. He didn't miss the Cade York field goal. At a certain point, those things stack up, and you go, well, you're the head coach. The buck ends with you, but he has done a lot of good things.
Yeah, I've always been a huge Stefanski guy. It's funny. 2 years ago, I wanted the Vikings to actually promote Stefanski and fire Zimmer. That was like I was pounding the table for that. I was like, this is it. He's a good. He looks like a Greek god. You see, he's a good-looking guy.
He's a good-looking fella. I've always wondered this. I actually thought about this when I drive into work today. You've seen the picture of like Sean McVay and Matt LaFleur and all these other coaches that were with the Washington Redskins like 10 plus years ago. Uh-huh. And it's like, how did Washington let all these coaches go?
Yeah.
What were they supposed to do? Right? Fire their current head coach because they're going on a whim and a prayer that like,
who wasn't it Shanahan's dad?
With Mike Shanahan for a while.
It was Mike Shanahan when they had all those guys.
Then Kyle Shanahan too. They were all there.
Yeah.
And so it's like, what is the idea? Like, what were they supposed to do? Fire Jay Gruden because they think they might have something in their wide receiver coach?
Exactly.
Like, I've always kind of wondered, like, people throw shade at Washington for that. I'm very curious. Maybe you guys can enlighten me. What were they supposed to do when you have all these great young coaches? Michael Warnecki!
We're almost there.
We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. $20 super chat.
Goodness. Michael.
That's a round of fireball shots.
Holy cow. 18 bones.
We're $18 away.
18 dog bones.
We are almost there to Mitchell Rentz coming on and doing a dirty dog bowl.
Cow.
We got to get there.
18.
I want to see this so bad. Please.
It's a little filthy.
Yeah, it's a little tall. That's okay.
Wow. Shout out to you, Michael.
I think also, is this the first time Michael has put a caption in a super chat?
I think it is.
I think it has to be. Michael, in all caps,
silent assassin.
Let's go Browns! Let's go Browns!
Oh, no, he also gave the F-Pats. So
F-Pats. He's
they say,
man of few words. I respect it, Michael.
They always say the most, I have no idea. I was going to say, like, fewer words, better thoughts type of thing.
Yeah, speak when spoken to. Michael probably did a good... I feel like Michael in college, I have no idea how old he is, was like the pledge master, and he did some hazing, and he's like, you're not going to hear much from me, and when you do, it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Let's go, Michael.
Hey,
Just
Michael,
trying to get you guys drunk.
18 more bucks. Oh, what should we cheers this for?
We have to cheers it to...
we're getting close. We're getting close.
Greasy Flakes.
$9 more. All right, what do we cheers this for?
We are going to cheers to... Let's cheers it to...
Oh! Let's go! Let's go! Come on, Mac! Come on, Mac!
Go Browns!
Let's
Go Browns! Let's go! Here comes Mitchell Rentz. You see him now on the screen.
Let's go.
You can go over here. Let me get a quick shot. This one's for...
Michael. All right, what do we cheers?
Let's actually give a nice cheers to Mitch.
No. We'll give a cheers to Mitch.
A Mitch of like, F the refs. The Raiders have been screwed over probably more than any other team.
Yeah.
If you added up the bad calls, I think Mitch will like that a lot here. So cheers though.
Cheers.
Cannonball coming.
Hammered right now.
That's a total shot right there.
Oh, and we got Greasy.
Okay.
With the 10-piece.
You want to give him your mic for a second?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-oh. Well. So we're going to get Mitchell Renz mic'd up for you guys here. Mitch hosts our Raiders report at Chat Sports. It is 122,000 strong right now, I believe. And it's also 122 drinks deep every single. Yeah, Patrick created quite the rat's nest over there of a cord. Okay.
They don't need to hear me. Here you go. You say something right. You're good. What's up, guys? Appreciate y'all tuning in. I think
came in.
I think some of us sent some drinks over to the Browns a few weeks ago for Thursday Night Football. So how does the Dirty Dog Bowl work? How many do I got to go?
Okay, whoa. 1 second. You start with the beer.
Start with the it's
like
cereal.
I feel like Guy Fieri right now.
All right.
Like, how does this work? And I'm like, we'll do it to hamburger, so like it's not that complicated.
So just pour that whole thing
pour
in.
that thing in there. Okay.
Top her off.
You want to top it off?
Yeah, top her off.
Okay. And top it off. It's a big boy.
Take her top off.
That's what she said. That's a big dog bowl. And you can just do a shot. You can just pour right in there. Go right into the gullet.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, y'all. You guys got us there, Mac. Anytime you guys want to hang out in Vegas, you guys want to party, let me buy the rounds. Let me buy the rounds. Cheers, y'all.
Dirty Dog Bowl incoming. Cannonball coming. Oh, he's just going right at it. There's no hesitation. And that's deleted. There you go. Appreciate all the super chats. Mitchell Renz from the Raiders Report with a guest appearance and a big boy burp at the end of that. Someone needs to just hit his back a little bit here. Mitch, thank you so much for coming on. We reached $400 in super chats. 500 he'll do another as he walks out the door. Someone feeling $75 in them. That was quite the Dirty Dog Boy, I will say.
Hungry dog.
A hungry dog indeed here. Eric Jones, that's all said. That's all I said. Last call for alcohol. This is like the 7th inning right now. It's too bad the Guardians and the Yankees aren't playing tonight. Rain delay. I don't know why they spaced the games out. That was kind of dumb of them. F the Yankees indeed.
Cheers to you guys. I'll take my shots for Mac, Jarrett.
McCullough, if you're still watching, he does a great job behind the scenes here at Chat Sports, making things move and happen. If you could get me another beer, please, that would be greatly appreciated. You may have been on to bigger and better projects, though. Okay. So here's what's going to happen. F the Pats. We're going to play one game. We have exceeded the studio space time for a while, but you guys have earned it here. So here's what's going to happen. Jared, thank you for the super chat. Let's go, Mitch. We're going to play the game. Let's just do go back to the basics. For today only, or for today at least. It is playoff lock, playoff bubble, playoff miss. Thank you, McCullough. Thank you so much. Jarrett, oh my. Jarrett right now. Let's go. We got.
This show took off once I stopped.
Marshall Green from New York Giants now. Ex-Browns producer. Chase Sr. from the 49ers report here. Munching on an apple. Okay. So, yeah. Ray, we'll see you Sunday, buddy. Jarrett, where are y'all broadcasting from? Chat Sports Studios, located in Dallas, Texas. So that's where the hub is for the company, where we all are. Cheers for you guys.
Shout out to you, Jarrett.
Shout out Ray. All right. Lego Master, my favorite Browns YouTuber to go to. Always filling me with the news fast. Go Browns. All right. Greasy Flight. Take care, buddy.
Yeah, take care.
All right. One last game I want to play right now with the rest of see you later, alligator. Okay, one last game. So we'll play this game, and then we'll get on out here, let you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday nights. So start right now. Everyone watching, please, just start putting NFL teams in the chat. This is a very dependent game. We rely on you guys. Or super chat, but more just start getting names in the chat right now. And the way this works is we're going to do playoff lock, bubble, and miss. And one team at a time I will give to Patrick. And he has to slot those teams into those criterias without knowing the rest of the teams. So Ben, Gregory, Brown Tiger, thank you already. Get those teams coming. In 5 seconds, I'm going to pick a random team from the chat, whatever the most recent one is, and he's got to pick it to go in one of those 3 slots. So get those teams flowing in there. 3, 2, 1. Ravens. It's a tough one. It's a 3-2 Ravens team. Are they a playoff lock, bubble, or are they going to miss the playoffs? Playoff bubble. Okay, so now he's got lock and miss the playoffs. All right, keep those teams coming, though. Keep those teams coming. I'm going to pick again in 3, 2, 1, 49ers. So the Niners are a lock. The Ravens are a bubble. This next team is going to miss the playoffs. Michael hit me with with Giants. Giants. Miss. You'll take that? You'll take that? So you had Niners as a lock, Ravens as a bubble, and Giants as a miss. What's funny is that the best record of those three teams he has missing is the Giants at 4-1.
I would probably, if I could choose, I would probably choose that exact thing. I'll probably choose the Niners.
I'd probably swap the Niners and the NFC kind of sucks. Yeah. I keep those like Lego's doing a great job. Keep those teams coming. Next one when we count down from 3 seconds will be the one that Patrick goes with first.
Close your eyes.
Yep, eyes are closed.
And also, if we don't get a super chat, we got to get out of here. But keep the names coming. Keep them coming, and we'll stay here all day. First team, Matt Peterson, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jags are a playoff miss, but I would love to put them in bubble. I wish I could, but we're like a part Jags channel here. We were big believers in the Jags.
All right. 3, 2, 1, Packers.
Packers are a lock. They're going to make the playoffs. I don't think there's much question about that.
All right, keep the names coming. So now this is bubble team.
Bubble team.
3, 2, 1.
I think that fits in pretty well.
Not bad.
All right? I don't think I could do much better there. Packers, Colts, Jags.
Yeah, probably.
That's probably what it is. All right. We'll play one more round. If we don't get another super chat, then we do have to go. But, hey, super chat. You can send a super chat team in, like a $2 super chat, and we'll just use that one as one of the 3 for sure. So that's just an option. Or, well, yeah, exactly. All right, we ready for Patrick? Last round for him, and then we'll sign up and get on out of here. So, this one coming in for Patrick. I'm going to go with the Bears. Bears as a miss. Next one, the Browns. Bubble. 3, 2, 1, Dolphins. It's a lock.
I would probably.
Would you keep it the same? Dolphins, Browns, Bears.
Probably switch the Browns and Dolphins because I feel like the Browns are getting healthier.
Yeah.
Obviously with Deshaun coming back, but then I think the Dolphins. I think the 3-0 start we're gonna be looking back at it being like,
Jarrett's not going anywhere.
"Jared, we ain't leaving, baby.
Michael Warnecki with a 2
Hey,
super.
Michael, we ain't leaving. Come home.
Oops.
4-22.
Armand, pick teams from the same division. Otherwise, the game does it not work? I don't know.
We're at 420, and then you put us at 422.
Oh, Patrick's a big weed guy. Call 911. All right.
Who's making the Super Bowl? This is now
Okay,
it's
yeah.
tied up.
This is a good one here.
All right, so we're in agreement. NFC, the Vikings.
Yeah, I mean we're 5 games in right now. So from the AFC, I'm going to go with the Bills. How can you not, right?
I'm still going Chiefs. If I had to actually put money on it,
I think
would
I'd pick the
probably-
Bills.
I mean, it has to be.
The NFC, I think we might see. I think the NFC will be like the Bengals last year of like a late run. I don't like the Rams. I said this. Do you guys remember?
Call the Rams.
I called the Rams sucking before week 1. If you were with us back in early September, I said that early. Cheers, Jarrett.
I mean, the Buccaneers with Brady getting a divorce. I mean, if he locked
No, I'm out on the Rams. I'm out on the Bucks. I don't want the Packers.
I don't think it's gonna be. I just don't think it.
No, I don't think the Eagles either. I think the Eagles are going to be like a.
We ain't freaking leaving.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it, bro. Tiger.
From the NFC, I'm going to go with no one from the West. Definitely not the. Fuck, I'm running out of teams. No, it's like the Vikings. I'll go with the Eagles. Why? They're 5-0 right now. Who stopped? Like,
For some reason, those rushing offenses just scare
I
me.
get it. I don't like the pick, but I think it's Bills Eagles, and the Bills win confidently.
Bills, Eagles, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Chiefs. I'm not gonna pick the Vikings.
Let's get Michael. We'll get Brown Tiger up on screen too. $2. Cheers, Michael.
I'll go Chiefs 9. I think it's gonna be a rematch.
Okay, Eric wants a dirty dog bowl. So for Eric, I will give one.
For Brown Tiger, make me laugh like that. Cheers.
I think it goes like,
I have no idea.
I'm not fucking leaving. Everyone looks around like, what? I'm fucking leaving. The show goes on.
Oh my God. We still ain't leaving.
Jarrett. Oh. 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 Apparently that was all improv. I learned that. McConaughey improv that whole scene. Yeah, like it wasn't a scripted thing, but he's like, my character would do something like that. Yeah, evidently.
Two favorite actors. You want to hear mine? I'll go first. McConaughey and
I've got mine too. I'll load it up.
like
Ooh, I still have my cord.
McConaughey and Jake Gyllenhaal, probably like actors.
Yeah.
Those are my two.
Act.
Got the 453. You beat that. $30.
Okay, so Mitchell Wren just opened the door and said that our Dolphins channel. Remember this war we had last week with them? They just tapped out because they're soft.
done. Yeah,
They're at 453. They're done. If we beat that, which is what, $25 more?
28.
$28 more? Another dirty dog bowl from Mitchell Wren's.
And also 3 shots.
3 shots from Patrick Seatman.
3 shots. Dirty dog bowl.
And then we're going to do a Legos game right here. And then I'll get my actors. But we're $28 away from another dirty dog bowl from Mitchell Wren's here. Okay, so my 2 favorite actors. Jason Bateman is my favorite actor. I love Jason Bateman. If I could bear his children, I would. I am obsessed with Jason Bateman. Second, Will Ferrell and Steve Carell as a mix, right? Like in terms of like Will Ferrell, like I could do the whole Step Brothers movie for you guys from start to finish. That could be a whole live show. Literally, Mom, I'm watching the thing with the lady. Brendan, I'm leaving right now. Okay. Like I could do the whole transcript. But Steve Carell from The Office. Like I'm an Office junkie. I'm that basic. Teacher. Yeah, everyone's flying into the Brown studio right now.
We had to see what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
We're only $26 away because York got in there.
We're $26 away. York, a little bit of a this would be like a Chihuahua dog bowl for $2.
Put those Dolphins away. We lost to them last week.
I want to even out the series.
Come on. Let's eat. $26 more dollars. And we're there. We're there.
Do you want to offer a boot, Tyler? Or is that too much for Thursday? It's okay.
I would, but I have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, Tyler, yeah, that's fine.
If you're still going in about an hour,
We can come back. Jarrett, Horrible Bosses, I don't think it's enough appreciation. I got it on DVD, 1 and 2. I love Horrible Bosses. I think it is, like, Horrible Bosses. All right, let's bring a large margin here. She's pregnant. What about Professor Xavier over there always rolling around? I love Horrible Bosses. It's a Western society.
Oh, we forgot the
AFC North rankings. Yeah, you got that one? And we're
$26 away.
It came in from... Oh, I didn't... Pull it up, Patrick.
Who said that?
I guess... Do we even get it on screen? I don't remember. York Oxmall.
Hey, $26.
York Oxmall. Jarrett, real fans, tune in on Thursdays too. All right.
We have some behind.
We're making moves here at Chat Sports right now.
Get this $26. You guys are gonna see some electricity.
Electricity.
Trace City.
Did I misspeak? Did I say Broncos or something? I don't remember. I've had a lot of beers today, so bear with me if I slip up. If I say Bears at some point, I would not put it past myself at this point. Okay. Here's what we got. AFC North rankings. Right? Okay. From Lego Master. All right, you want to explain this really quickly?
Look at this. So how this works. See, hold this, Stephen. So you take your beer. There's a hole right here. You pour the beer in here. And when it's in, you and you chug. It's fucking great. You guys got a super chat.
Think about this. We have a dirty dog.
You love America, don't you?
Yeah, $26 away from those two things.
Freedom funnel and 3 shots. 26 bones. F the Dolphins.
F the Dolphins.
That's it.
You can't beat it.
Salty Will. Salty
Will.
Will. Salty Will. Salty Will.
We are $26 away from chaos opening up here at the channel. All right, AFC North rankings. I think you should start. Yeah.
I heard my name.
Oh, here comes Will Scott from Dolphins Today. Watch the camera.
Yeah, you just walked.
You're good, you're good. Jarrett, here we go.
There's 2.
We're $25 away now, I think, probably. 24. Here's Will Scott,
Here I am.
host of Dolphins Today by Chat Sports.
Yes.
A very successful channel we have here. And Will last week was a little bit of like a Vladimir Putin vibes. He just declared war on us out of nowhere.
That's what he did.
A super chat battle.
He did to us. He
Just
claimed
invaded
war
the Browns
out of
report.
nowhere. He didn't know. We didn't know.
And like right now,
Vladimir Putin is the.
Ukraine is pushing back, and we're pushing back on Dolphins
You're like
today.
Kim Jong-un.
Hey, let me see what you got. I don't think the Browns report can do it. I don't think you guys can beat. I just don't think it can happen.
24 bones.
I
We're
don't
24
think it
bones
can
away.
happen. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Mac, Brown Tiger, the OGs. I need you guys right now
It's not gonna happen.
because I'm dealing with this nonsense at the moment.
He thinks the Dolphins are good. Tua's brain is mush. Like,
That
you
works
really
too.
Let that happen?
Let's go.
His brain
Jarrett,
is
I'm
like
slurring my
mush.
words. Cheers.
Jarrett,
Jarrett's been the MVP of today's show. Yeah, just go right underneath. Like $24 away. We are that close. I will lose my mind. AFC North rankings.
AFC North rankings.
If we don't get the AFC North rankings, will be the
Shot
deadline.
clock.
The
Yeah.
deadline.
This will be the shot clock. If we don't get super chats, we're out of here. But if we get $24, it's going to turn into a freaking party on Browns Live. I'll go first. I still think it's the Bengals, Petey.
Bengals
Still
at
think
1.
It's the Bengals coming out. I'm going to go Bengals.
Bengals at 2
1.
and 3.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to go Bengals at 2 and 3. Still coming out. I still think the Steelers are coming in last.
Yeah, the
That's a
Steelers
lock.
suck.
That's a lot.
And I said this back in August. And Steelers fans got up my ass about it. I'm like, what are you seeing that I'm not? Because they do not have a good offense.
No, they don't.
And
We're $4
oh,
away. $4 away.
someone put a 5 in, and it's all over. I mean,
We just need a 5
we
piece
need an
for a
empty
party.
net goal right now.
Come on.
We need an
Come
empty
on.
net goal,
Let's go,
please.
Jarrett. Let's
We
go,
need an
Jarrett.
empty net
Let's
goal.
Go, Jarrett.
Come on.
We get a dirty dog bowl, a freedom funnel, and 3 shots, and we beat the Dolphins for $5 whole dollars. And
There it is! Michael Warnecki! Jarrett on the assist to Warnecki.
Come on.
That's a goal.
D-Wade
Let's
to
go.
LeBron. Let's
Bingo.
go.
Oh, baby.
See you, Dolphins.
Oh,
Sorry.
were you loud, evidently? I don't know. But
I'll go get him.
rally the troops. There's a lot that's going to happen from Freedom Bowls to Dirty Dog Bowls. Warnecki and Jarrett, come on down. You might have to get your own beer though, or something to drink, because I'm running low here on funds.
Hello, Matthew.
Jeffrey, and the whole show's here. All of Chat Sports is coming in one after another.
Good Dolphins. Smells like fireball.
There we go.
Like fireball, piss,
So
regret.
And America.
we'll do it one at a time. Yeah, fix that. Okay. You want to do the Freedom Bowl?
Sure.
All right, you come on.
Am I doing the funnel or the bowl?
Oh, the funnel. Sorry, the funnel. The funnel.
All right, fellas.
People want the show.
Let's go. We're filling her. Filling her.
That's what she said.
And just because Browns fans,
Oh!
we're throwing a little extra. We're throwing a little extra. It ain't a jungle boot. It's a trizzy boot, baby.
Show them what you're doing.
Okay, so drinks in there.
Yeah.
Come out in here. Right?
God bless the US of A, baby. Oh, that's just evaporated. Look at that. Look at it go. It's like Animal Planet right now. Gone. Let's go.
Animal Planet and Animal House. Yeah.
Let's go. Now here comes Mitchell Renz. You see him now on the screen in a moment for his second Dirty Dog Bowl. Okay. You want this work for you? Pour that bad boy in there. I'm immune to it. I don't smell anything right now. Evidently, it smells like a college dorm in here at the moment.
It doesn't smell great. I'm gonna be honest, but you know what?
That's what she said.
Guys, I've been around here at Chat Sports for 5 years now. This is probably one of the wildest shows I've ever seen. So congratulations to you. Pat yourself on the back.
Let's go Browns.
My offer still stands. By the
If you guys get to 500, I'll do another Dirty Dog Bowl.
That puts us $45 away. Here we go.
Cheers, y'all. Spam PD in the chat for a shout out.
I feel like you have a Raiders fan here that just knows Marty. Shout out to the nation. And the Dirty Dog Bowl is up and good. Shout out to you. Thank you so much, Mitch, for coming on the show.
Thursday Night Football.
Thursday Night Football, indeed.
Oh, no, I got it. Oh, and I got it.
We gotta-
Hand me the fireball. I got to
You
work.
need a shot?
Yeah,
Oh, the
hand me
fireball. The fireball. Okay.
I owe them 3.
Brown Tiger, Petey. What's up, Brown Tiger? Did I forget?
Raiders. Yeah, there's a Raiders fan in here.
Oh, so how do they know where Mitch is at all times, I swear.
Do you think Mitch just, like, sends them, like...
They've got
like,
trackers on
spidey
him.
senses?
Like, we have 13,000 subscribers here at the channel and change. They got 122.
Petey, also, I can't smell it in here.
Apparently, everyone keeps coming here and saying it smells like a frat house. We smell nothing.
Probably looks like a frat house in here, but
Yeah.
Mitch sends us personal texts. Shit's wild.
I was like, how does he know? How do you guys know where he is at all times?
All right, here's one for you guys. We did it, man.
We did it. All right.
Shit. What a show.
What a show indeed. We ready to... someone gave... Okay, the last thing we'll do. I saw this from the Lego person, sorry. Thursday Night Football prediction. That's a pretty good...
Okay.
Unless we get another super chat. Like, that's a good note to end on, potentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's a brutal Thursday night game tonight.
Oh, it's going to be a
my
shootout.
God. Over
The Bears
under,
and the command...
I'll ask you this. Over under 2.5 touchdowns combined. The fact that you have to think about it.
Under. Right?
Say under, actually.
I think, let's say they both score let's say they both score one touchdown, right? That's 7-7. Let's say the Bears got 3 field goals.
17-13.
It's 16 to 10.
Or 16, yeah.
16-10. Like, that's kind of the... And then the Commanders drive down the field at the end, and Carson Wentz throws a pick. That's the game.
That's the game.
That is the game right there.
Unless it's just a typical NFL, hey, you know nothing about football, and it's 38-35.
Jarrett just got a fraud alert from my bank.
Jarrett.
No fraudulent things happening over here. Just good times. That's
Jarrett,
it.
You've been unreal today, man. I freaking
You
love
have
you.
been. Okay.
I'd go to war for you, Jarrett.
I would too. All right. We're $45 away from Mitchell Wren's booth. That's a tall ask. So unless someone has something deep from the corner of 3, I'll go Bears. I'm not going to do 16-10, but I'll do Bears, I don't know, like 17-13.
Okay.
I'll do Bears 17-13.
I'll go Bears 6-0.
Serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. I think it's going to be one of the worst games of all time.
Well, keep in mind, last Thursday night, no touchdown was scored between
There has to be a touchdown.
Broncos Colts.
Wait, has it ever happened back-to-back primetime game, like Thursday night games?
This
No
would
touchdown?
be the time it happens.
This would be. Watch us,
Yeah.
watch us be like the best game of all time tonight. It's like 38-35.
Jeffrey, started up my smoker. Surprised y'all are still on. Keep it up.
Jeffrey,
The show goes on.
we're not leaving.
Not leaving, as Brown Tiger said. Okay. That is, I think after we say that, though, that has to, like,
That has to.
we get a super chat in the next, like, 30 or so seconds. We'll continue the show. If not, I know Patrick has to get to some Vikings work here. His Skull Nation is dying to see his beautiful face.
Dying.
This has been the best Thursday
This has been
at Browns Report history,
This has been
right?
one
It
of
has
the
to
most-
be.
This has been some of the most fun I've had at work so far.
Yeah.
And it's all credit to Jarrett, Michael, Brown Tiger, Greasy Flight getting in there, Ray Biting getting in there, Mac with some huge one. I mean, all of you. Got Joshua Miller even. Like,
Yep, everyone.
you guys
Every
are
single person.
unreal.
Brown Tiger, screw the Vikings.
We'll see you in the Super Bowl.
What was it, 21-14 last year?
Yeah, that was one of the worst games.
But the thing was that was not 3 touchdowns to 2 touchdowns.
No,
it
like-
was a very weird
Yeah,
21-14.
it was
Field goals and like missed extra points and weird stuff like
That
that.
was an awful game.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, we are going to bow out. I appreciate, like Patrick said, all the super chatters today. We have a super chat wall MVP list. You guys should tune in for our Sunday watch party and see your name on it. I promise it's going to be a sight to behold. So tune in for that. For everyone that came on and sold their livers,
With
producer Patrick Seaman killing it on the 1s and 2s, and all of our loyal viewers, the award-winning MVPs of the channel, thank you guys for tuning in. All I can end on is let's go Browns.